I'm waiting for it to sync up. There we are. Now I can. Come on. Come on. There it is. Now I can actually copy the video URL. Because, you know. Go to announcements and paste.
And people can click on it.
And people can click on that. Hopefully they can find it. I'm sure they can. Hey, good morning as I sit here and fumble my way through, or afternoon. It's pretty much afternoon for us too, but you know,
Yeah.
when you live the life of a bat, it's it's always morning. Doesn't matter what time of day it is.
I feel like that's been a whole year of what day is it?
Yeah, what day is it? What time is it?
We're here. We're live.
We're here. We're live. Let me go back down to. How come I'm not? Was it because it's not highlighted? There it is. Next Sunday's live stream.
Nobody's. Yeah.
You did see the shirt.
I did see the shirt. Eventually.
Eventually. Hello, Jerry. How's it going? We're looking at the Eventually shirt on Discord right now.
Yeah, those will come out
Eventually.
Yes. Oh, we got people. Jerry Riggs Props is here. Well, hello.
Hello, Jonathan Wiesner. Jerry Riggs Props both. Hooray. Actually, this needs to be higher. I don't like looking out at the bottom of the screen. Game here. The trash panda's here. It's 4 a.m. I got my duct tape coffee. Half-assed breakfast, and I'm ready for some streamy goodness.
Well,
are you ready for some streamy goodness?
I suppose.
I suppose. Hi. I suppose we're here. How's it going? Well, for the 4 of you that are here, as you know, this is the pre-show portion of the Odin Makes live stream. Hello, all 4 of you, including Nicole. How's it going?
Hi, Nicole.
And yeah, we're warming up, waking up. Got the dogs to calm down a little bit because I went out and bought them dog beef jerky treats or whatever, chew toys, something.
Yeah, they're chewing away.
They're chewing away, and they're actually, it's just the longest they've been quiet since they've been here.
Yeah, I think they realized we started.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Train's been quiet so far today. I haven't heard one go by, so might be a slow train day.
Yeah. Well, I saw one earlier.
You did?
You never know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good,
when I got here, there was a train.
Oh, cool. Okay. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
So got Kara's here. Sweet. Hello, Kara.
Hello.
Let's just go wherever. I can't really do so much better with that.
I need
There's that, and there's that.
this.
You need that. So what was your plan with the priest? Hi, everyone. We're still trying to figure out where our rear ends are. Has anyone seen our rear end? I think I've lost mine.
So I need duct tape, aluminum foil, some cardstock, and that guy's left leg.
Okay, Rocket.
Thank you. I needed this. And I need this. I think this side. Just some poster board cardstock for the pattern. It doesn't have to be like nice.
No, I'm just trying to find it. I'm surprised it's actually hard to spot.
Oh, there you go.
I've got this little piece. Will that work?
Yes, that
Okay.
probably need to chop down a little bit.
So what we have is one of Joe's shoes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're using Joe's shoe for our...
For our pattern for the Saiyan boots.
Yes.
The Saiyan boots.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We're gonna use Vegeta tanned leather.
Well, there you go. Have you been practicing that one?
No.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat, for this leg.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I think what we need to do is a little cardboard on the toe to give it the point.
Okay.
And then also just a little piece. But how far up do the boots go? Reference image. I think they go mid-shin.
Train.
Is there a train?
No,
Oh,
just Jack is. Nicole's just not only spamming the chat, as moderators do. But just yelling, she's just yelling train for the fun of yelling train.
Well, I'm glad we're excited today. I'm ready for the train.
So there's a picture of boots. That'll even remain
They
on
go
frame.
up mid-calf, so right about here. And then they have a point that just goes a little past the toe. And we're using Joe's shoe because his shoe is bigger than my shoe, and we're just going to do boot covers to go with our outfit. Because we can, and I want to, so.
Discord, could you effing resize?
No.
No, apparently not.
It is not letting you. But cardboard scissors.
All right. So Jerry Props is saying I'm watching Army of the Dead. It's pretty fun so far. It is fun. Is it a good movie? No, it's like a Godzilla movie. It's you should know what you're getting into. But because just simply from the title and the director. But no, it's a totally fun movie. Hey, Benin. Well, I don't get the joke, Benin. Sorry. Craic? C-R-A-I-C.
Where is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm much apologies. I do not get the joke. Maybe I'm just a little too Ranger American at the moment. Kara Skywalker, I'm here for the trains. That's why there's a scream on trains. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. One of these days, I should still subject you guys to me just building a big Lego train. You can just listen to the pieces for hours.
This is too big.
That's what she said.
Why would she ever say that?
I'm sure it's been said. Not to me, but I'm sure it's been said.
Really don't need more than that.
Alright, so
I'm just gonna cut arbitrarily that much off.
I can always go back to Costco and get another piece of cardboard.
Still have another half.
Yeah, still have another half too, right? And I have another full over there. These are just the sheets of cardboard that separate the layers of paper towels at Costco. It's great because they don't care. It's just packaging material, and as soon as one gets exposed, there's an employee that runs around and throws them on a cart and they recycle them. So I just grab the ones that are loose and easy to get to, roll them up, and put them on my cart. No one cares.
Great source of materials.
Yes, it is.
And in my price point.
Yeah, totally my price point. Well, you actually do have to pay for it. You have to have a yearly membership, but still. Once you're in.
No, I don't. My mom does.
There you go. Okay. Good for you for beating the system. Nicole says I should build a Lego train for Patron Only Live.
You should.
I should. Artman 2019, I have arrived.
Well, welcome.
Nicole even says, I'm so excited. Hey, it's the first hour. I can spam. So this is why Nicole asked to have the slow-mo turned off a few weeks ago, is she was planning on spamming. Yeah. Thanks for keeping the spirit of the scroll bar going by at 1,000,000 miles an hour all by yourself, Nicole. Kara Skywalker says, okay, but I would honestly be so down for a Lego train build. Okay. Not a bad time. 10-hour loop of train cam. I haven't recorded enough train cam. I could pull it, I guess, for the live stream, so it would be kind of grainy. No. Let's see, could I... So something I haven't done. That's kind of sad. I need a kickstand for your leg?
Maybe. Stay.
Something I haven't done, I borrowed some GoPros from my friend Joe Gillis. Joe Gillis of Beyond Geek, a fine television show that airs on PBS and Amazon for the most part.
Yes.
Anyway, I've got a number of his older GoPros that he's not worried about, right? Because he also still is paying for the GoPro insurance. It's like $50 or something, and if something happens to the GoPro, you get it replaced. So what I haven't done yet, and I want to do, is take the GoPro and go, and even if I need to screw it down to a railroad tie right in the center of the railroad track, point it up just enough so a train can run it over, but I don't want to break the camera. I just want to have it visually drive over the camera. I figured that'd be a really great shot. And actually, I've got a 360 GoPro cam right now too. It's a little bit taller, but he's like, "Yeah, give it a shot."
Well, there you go. You do have a train right there.
I do have a train right here.
So let me trim this down.
Ad Vixen's asking if you're making the leg Kingsman sword. Yeah, the leg sword from Kingsman, the first Kingsman movie. No, it's going to be the machine gun leg from Death Proof. or Pat, your leg's rotting. Pat is a great friend from Smosh. Pat was Pat Egan. That's P. Egan on Instagram if you want to see hundreds of pictures of him face down dead in front of all sorts of places he visits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. It's like, Pat, that's Times Square. You're face down in the middle of Times Square. You may as well be lying down in dehydrated puke. Not quite. That's more Louisiana.
No,
French
I know.
Quarter.
But yeah, Times Square was really kind of
Times Square.
very
it was.
dirty. New York was like a very dirty Sesame Street, I will admit. But
Yeah.
that was my impression of New York.
When I went, it was cleaner because I know there for a little bit they were doing really good at cleaning up. This is about 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But still, yeah, I think it's up and down. And compared to those of us that live in a much smaller metropolitan area. Artman 2019K, fill me in. What's happening? We are babbling our way through the Patreon-only live stream, trying to keep you guys entertained while staying awake at the same time. This is actually quite challenging, but she's duct taping stuff.
Yeah.
What's happening is Felicia is working on the pattern for the Vegeta boots, or for the Saiyan armor boots, since most of the reference photos that we can find of feet, they all appear to have the same basic boots. So we're just going to imitate the gold-tipped, white, high, superhero boots that the Saiyans appear to wear, and should work out okay.
Should. We'll see.
We also have a pair of gloves that we'll be making gauntlets out of. So
We're making the full outfit.
yeah, I'm gonna make the full outfit. We also got a pair of got a blue spandex suit that'll fit Joe and probably a little baggy on Felicia. And yeah. So that's kind of what's happening right now. Then at noon, of course, we'll click over to public and let everyone come in and
Then we'll start working on
the armor.
Yeah. So.
And expect today to finish doing the trim on the armor, followed by actually painting it with Flexbond. Flexbond is material made by Roscoe. I know Kumui Cosplay seems to love Flexbond. I haven't used it yet because I keep reading the instructions and it says, allow 48 hours to cure. It's like, I usually have 48 hours to finish the entire project, not to wait for a product to finish. So, finish doing its thing. So I bought Flexbond a year ago and I haven't used it yet.
And since we're not like in a rush or anything.
No, not at all. We're kind of not big of a rush. Because we do this, we can set it aside and let it sit for a week, and then we paint it next week, so no big deal. Nicole loves your comment about Dirty Sesame Street. Because Sesame Street was filmed at a time when New York was exceptionally dirty.
Interesting. Yeah. I went right in January before everything shut down when it was...
Right.
Yes, and my friend's like, what do you think? I'm like, it looks like Sesame Street, but really, there's garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody that I was art directing with saying whenever they do a New York scene, they always have to throw garbage everywhere to really give it that effect, and it just made so much sense. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's part of the ambience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally is.
it's part of New York. At least of what I observed, so.
I only went, I've only been once? I think I've only been out of the airport and actually in the city once, and that was for a trade show. This is 2001, 2002. It was November. I remember that it was raining. That basically, in order to get a cab, I had to walk out in front of it. And, yeah. It was impossible to get a glass of water in a restaurant. And when they did, they brought you out, not really a glass of water, more like a specimen bottle of water. Just, here's a little 2-ounce thing of water. So that's great. That's some water I can actually drink.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is about... Let's see. Oh, hi, Toby.
Dogs.
Yeah, he didn't even flinch.
Trash Panda is asking which of our mates is hopping around without a leg. Ooh, yeah. Dude, right over there. We have no idea. Our good friend Pat stole this from some unlucky soul back when we were filming Smosh. And this was actually in the Smosh prop shop for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This leg has a history, so.
I took it for doing my Rocket Raccoon gun build, blaster build, whatever that is in my channel. And it's just been hanging on my wall. And then during that time, Smosh closed down. So I was like, oh, I guess I own the leg now.
Right? Yeah, no.
How much for the leg? Forget duct tape coffee, duct tape leg. Advixen, yes, a GoPro is small enough to go under a train. That's kind of the thought. But put a GoPro on one of the wooden train tracks and maybe screw it down so the
Doesn't get
wind
knocked
and vibrations of the train doesn't knock it over. And point it up slightly so the horizon of the oncoming train is at the very bottom of the video frame. It should be a really fun image to just have a train come at you head on. I just haven't bothered to go out and do it. And there's enough homeless out there that when I do decide to go and do this, I get
You'll
to go
have a full
out
crew?
and babysit it the entire time. For however effing long it takes for a train to show up. And since I'm waiting, it'll probably take 3 hours.
Right? Even if you had a schedule, they would be like messing with you, going, no.
Right. No, the train people do not post their schedule. So we got here. Advixen says, "Finally, my time." So the gold yellow boot tips is just the toes, not the bottom of the foot. It's a print detail from a DragonballZ fanatic.
So we're going to use the leftover strips from our armor to make the strips on the tip.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Right,
yes.
because we're pretty much doing just foam for the boots. And,
Yeah, we're doing a boot cover. We're not doing a full boot.
Right. Okay.
We just need a boot cover.
I just need boot covers.
Thinking like a costumer here. Accessories.
Accessories. Dog. What is the next Wednesday build, says Artman 2019? Well, it's supposed to be Mechagodzilla, but I've been doing nothing but side quests and not being productive for a few weeks now. So Mechagodzilla didn't get started. But I have been spending a lot of time getting patterns and reference materials ready so I can finally do the one thing that you guys never seem to ask for, but everyone in the chat has since DIY Prop Shop. I'm going to go ahead and make the Ben 10 Omnitrix. So that's my plan. Going to make it just straight foam, simple build as I can. And then I really have to do Godzilla the following week.
So you guys asked for it,
Well,
and he said it. So
They didn't really.
they didn't. Patreon
Well,
didn't.
some of them might have. Some of them, because there's a lot of newer people here now. But the last 2 or 3 times I posted, which has been years, last 2 or 3 times I posted, hey, what do you guys want to see on Patreon? The Omnitrix got 0 votes, I think, every time.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
if you are in Team Omnitrix, you should be on the Patreon so that you could have gotten it sooner. Just say it.
So the Trash Man is saying, so guys, can you shout out to my boy Dorian and remind him that if he wants to sleep in, he misses the stream.
But
All
he can
right.
watch it later.
Hey Dorian, in the future, this is Odin from the past saying, dude, you sleep in, you totally missed the stream. I mean, you could have been here, you could have been talking smack with everyone else, you could have let us know exactly what it is that we're doing wrong and how I'm Saiyan everything wrong here. But nah, you slept in because sleep. You just need more duct tape coffee. Good morning, Dorian. I was looking at the small, simple, so Advixen saying I should make the small, simple green watch. So with my minor, small little Ben 10 research that I did, apparently the Ben 10 Alien Force Omnitrix watch is actually a Timex piece. It is literally just this little. But no, I want to do the bigger ones that actually kind of look like a Pip-Boy. That has more interest to me. So that's the one I'm doing.
Okay.
So it's like a pretty good sized bracer. It has this round dial on it that in the show he can pick up in an absurdly far distance because it's alien technology. And then he spins it to decide on what form of alien he's going to use, and then pushes it back together, and he transforms into the alien. And in the first episode turns into Johnny from the Fantastic Four, basically a flame being, and burns down the forest he's in because he's out camping. Because, it's a show all about responsibility.
Well, with great powers
There you go.
comes great responsibility, so there's that.
So now my plan is to do the one for the very first episode, very first season. I found that on YouTube, got a bunch of still grabs from that. Found some other decent pictures of it. So I've got one that had a good top-down of looking at it directly. And so I took that frame, brought it into Inkscape, traced the whole thing out, all the details just as it was in the image. Then measured one of the pipes, because there's like these, kind of looks like 4 pipes from the top, there's really 2, they just kind of wrap around, right? So I measured one of the pipes to make it 15 millimeters in diameter, because I can get 15 millimeter foam dowels.
Yeah.
And so that's the scale that I want to go with. Because not only is it a cartoon, so scale is relative, the lore of the Omnitrix is it binds to its user, scales itself to fit, and then you can't take it off.
Oh.
So it's going to change size of whether it's on the kid in Ben 10 or
So
Bruce
you're going to
Banner
make it
when he's
Odin
hulked out.
size?
Yeah, I'll just make it Odin size.
As usual.
As usual. Yeah, well, I know where Odin is, and typically if I need to shoot, he's available to be a model to put stuff on. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
A method prop maker. I'm just matching it up to this edge so it's taking it in 2 inches without having to measure.
Oh, nice. Good. And then you have overlap, and you may not get that boat bow thing from the tension of the cardboard.
Well, yeah, there you go. Just line it up. I'm lined up on this side. Are you lined up on that
I'm
side?
lined up on this side.
There you go. I feel like that's a good tube size.
Yeah.
Starting to
It's
look
pretty
like
much
a
just a
boot.
tube. It doesn't have a flare, right?
No, it has a natural wrinkle to it.
That's a tiny bit of a flare. It's not straight up in it. It's not a total go-go boot.
No, it isn't a total go-go boot.
And it does have, well, in this particular drawing, it's got like a pressed leg seam, pressed pant leg
Oh, there you go.
going on. But
We could do the seam as that front seam when we attach the 2 pieces
true.
of foam together. We just use that as our front seam,
And
and then
it'll totally
it looks like
do
we
it.
did it on purpose.
on purpose.
I do want to get a little bit of a wrinkle in there, but if we just go straight up and then push. Oh my gosh, this heel is deteriorating before our eyes. I will have to put some tape on that. But yeah, I'm going to put some foil and tape and then cover it in duct tape and cut it up.
All right.
But yeah.
Now remember, you don't need, unless you're planning on folding it over or something, you don't need sewing ease on foam.
No, not
Okay.
at all.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, this is going to be the front seam where they just butt together.
Oh, I'm at the top, because to me it looks like it's too tall, but...
It's too tall? Yeah.
Advic's gonna let us know.
It.
Because there's the kneecap up here.
Hold on, let me just see with my leg.
I mean,
Yeah, that is way too tall. Okay, we got to go down to here.
yeah, that
seems more
that
right.
seems more right, because the knee should be right about here on
Yeah.
if someone was actually wearing this leg.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay.
You're right.
Just-
That's the right height.
Just a thunk.
I was just trying to build it up so we could get it.
Build it up, Buttercup.
Build it up. Yep.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
All sequels are stupid. Prove me wrong. Toy Story 2.
All sequels approved. Where's this at now?
Yeah, what's right there? Ben Lynch at Advent.
Oh, very best. Oh, okay.
And there goes my duct tape copy.
No. Oh no. Yeah.
Completely.
Completely.
Let's not get that.
Yeah. Let's not let the dogs lick that up, because who knows what metal shavings are there. I'm sure all the Ben 10 sequels are bad, but yeah, I wouldn't say that all sequels everywhere are bad. Prove you wrong. Terminator 2, Aliens, Toy Story 2.
Evil Dead 2 is better than Evil Dead 1.
Evil Dead 2. How about Toy Story 3? How about Toy Story 4? All of those, I think, were as good as at least of the original. They weren't in the all sequels suck category.
But yes, a lot of sequels do.
Most sequels do.
Don't
Now,
expect it from sequels.
here's a tougher question. Can anyone pick out a prequel that was better than the original? I can think of one that gives it a good run for its money, but I can only think of one.
Which one's that?
Rogue One.
Okay.
I really, really liked Rogue One. Now, of course, at that point in time, I'm used to having seen Star Wars for 40 years. But Rogue One is one of the few exceptions where you have a prequel that is actually on par, possibly even better than the original.
Well, you got your floors mopped today, so
I
there's
did.
that.
At least the one corner. Because duct tape coffee is the best floor mop material.
There you go.
Bruno's quite interested. No, not the coffee! I'm too busy talking to actually pay attention to what's going on in chat. Ben and Lynch says, I liked Ben 10 when I was younger, but maybe just because his name was Ben.
Right?
I think it was kind of your reason there too, right?
Yeah.
Nice, Saiyan! Hey, Vixen. Will it turn you into an alien? I might be alienated by simply wearing it, other than that. This is the only quote I know, don't kill me. Oh, there it is. This is the next one. Look, Gwen, you have to treat a car like you treat a woman. Oh. Great. Artman 2019 is a pattern donor. He actually just sent me a Stormtrooper helmet pattern last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What does we get? Yeah, I got stupid all sequels are proof me wrong. Let's see, we're back to that. Ad Vixen says you rang. Well, technically, it is either halfway up the calf or the top of the calf for the boot. So,
Yeah, it's...
yeah, we're gonna cut it down a bit lower.
Yeah. We got to build it up before we can break it down.
Right.
At least that's what the military says, right?
No, not the... Right. Trash Panda, no, not the coffee.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Why is the coffee always gone? Artman 2019 says Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars films. Yeah, that was...
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Ad Vixen, Evil Dead 2, the first reboot / sequel. Maybe. That's one of the reasons why I really, really like Evil Dead 2 is it wasn't just a sequel, that the first 45 minutes, they totally just redo the first movie.
Well, yeah, get a chance to do it over again. This is... Now we have a budget. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And
right?
yeah, it's great. Was it the first? Not necessarily, but I don't think I'm prepared to pull out examples of movies from the 60s or because there's a whole bunch of silent films, especially the Cecil B. DeMille silent films that got redid in the 60s as the giant epic films, right? That which may not exactly fit that description. Those are just kind of reboots in general. Even though they weren't reboots, they were just called remakes. But they're classic stories too. I mean,
yeah.
You know. Early challenge prop reaction. Okay. Ad Vixen's trying to share a rubber book from the Bourne Ultimatum with a picture of, I'm not quite sure who, somebody getting hit with the book. Yeah, all right.
I'm just duct taping the crap out of this at the moment.
Good, duct tape the crap out of it. That's why you buy the cheap duct tape. It's not just good on your coffee, it's good for doing pattern making.
Yes!
What?
Jack of all trades says, ooh, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Dooms is a sequel and it wasn't horrible. Eee. Although
Well,
people
Indiana
did
Jones
reject that one but it has its cult following. So, but the third one,
Indiana Jones: The Temple of Doom is a prequel.
it's a prequel. Yes,
Prequel.
you're right.
If you read the dates in the beginning, it's a prequel.
Interesting.
But it's also technically a sequel, and it just happens to take place in the time frame before the first one, which is all you need to be technically a prequel. But yeah,
oh, there you go.
you know, it's
The more you know.
yeah.
I do love Indiana Jones, so there's
Yeah,
that.
Indiana Jones is good. All three of them were great.
All three. Yes.
All three. Even the television show.
I like the young Indiana Jones
Yep.
and all of those.
Yeah,
We just,
Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, yeah.
we just pretend the crystal skull never happened. As long as we're on that page, we're
Well,
good.
on that page. Indiana Jones has a crystal skull. Star Wars has a holiday special. You know, whatever. I don't think Crystal Skull's quite that bad, but
I did not enjoy it as much as I wanted to.
yeah.
That's-
No, I did not either. I wanted to. I could see what they were doing. I could see that with the first Indiana Jones movies overall that took place, 30s, early 40s, so they had the serial look of the movies of that time and the adventure series, because that's really a big part of what they wanted to do with the movies, was to get that feel. So when they decided to do Crystal Skull, now it's late 50s. You're the atomic age, and they start trying to copy that style of movie a little bit, the feel of that movie, and it didn't work. It didn't work.
Like, it worked. Like,
It worked.
everything was technically correct.
Yeah, well, almost.
But I still didn't like it.
Right. I don't think it's technically correct to survive nuking a fridge, but
I think it was not out of the possibilities. Those are lead-lined refrigerators
Right.
that suffocate small children, so
yes,
they're
yes.
pretty intense. I wouldn't put it past it.
I think my biggest issue is the inertial impact of landing, because Indy's
Yeah.
still kind of a physical thing inside, and we know canonically he gets injured. So I'm pretty sure if you're inside of a lead-lined box when it smacks the desert floor a mile and a half away, that might hurt.
So I've seen some images where it has like a little flat piece for where it separates. And I like that detail. It's not in that image because that image just doesn't have...
Kind of. Is that what you mean?
No, not at all. Hi, John.
Hey.
Yes,
Oh, you took a
go for
picture,
it.
yeah. John wants to sneak in and not disturb us, but of course,
We're live!
Artman 2019, I haven't watched Crystal Skull in a long time.
Okay.
Me too!
It'll be a while still.
Bumblebee movie is technically a prequel. Okay, yeah, so there's two. I'll go with that. Bumblebee movie is technically a prequel, and I think it is absolutely better than all of the movies it's a prequel to. I mean, the first Transformers movie was pretty fun, but I still like Bumblebee more, and I think it's because of the hardcore nostalgic factor of Bumblebee actually using the designs that I liked from the G1 cartoon, as opposed to going with the shattered glass version that they tried to use for the Michael Bay films. At least they had the same voice actor. That was pretty cool.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried.
They put in the effort.
They did. They put in a ton of effort, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So, John, we're talking about prequels, and I was saying the only good prequel I can think of is Rogue One from Star Wars.
I agree.
John agrees. Someone else brought up Bumblebee for Transformers, and so far, that's the entire list of prequels that are actually good. There's lots of prequels. There's lots of prequels that are like, huh?
Rogue One, though, secured itself to not make a sequel.
Yes, that's true. Rogue One did secure itself to not make a sequel, plus it had a built-in sequel. Yeah. So, spoiler alert, I know what happens in the sequel to Rogue One.
Excellent analysis.
So.
But yeah, but no, Gareth Edwards, which was something else that to me was fun. Having seen his other three movies, where in all three of his other movies, okay, spoiler alert, all the main characters die, like every one of them. It was no surprise to me then when that happened in Rogue One, whereas it apparently shocked a number of my friends. It's like, really? This is what this guy does?
But you can't do it to my favorite characters.
Fair enough. At least he created his own characters, which is also kind of fun. That by creating your own characters, you can put them in jeopardy, and as an audience, as a an audience member who pays too close attention to crap. This guy, it's like this is great because I really don't know for sure if there's got guaranteed plot armor and they're going to survive because they don't have to. Not that I want characters to die, mind you. That's not my goal of going to movies, but it's nice to actually go, oh yeah, they're gonna get out of this. 5-minute miracle ending, they'll be fine, whatever.
There.
Kara Skywalker says, if you take out the CGI sequences, Crystal Skull is actually really good. Yeah, okay. Sure. Because the adventure portions of it isn't that bad. Mutt is a little cringy, but not that bad. Yeah. And it's really weird that you've got 3 Indiana Jones movies, 2 of which are biblical in their how things work, right? They're mystical things that's going on. And the third one is,
Number 2 was not.
No. That's the third one. Well, the other one has the third one.
Okay.
I think I'm getting a 5-minute warning for public, and the other one, the second one, is it's not Hindu. They made up their own thing, but it's it is of another religion for where made up religion, but it's another religion for where the mystical powers come from. Yeah. So here comes aliens, something that you would think everyone would be totally happy to accept, and everyone goes, "This is crap."
The subject matter, the time period, it all technically works, but doesn't mean I like it.
Right.
Sorry, yeah. I wanted to. Everything, they even brought back the original,
Yeah, they brought back Marion. Yeah.
And
Marion
she was my
Ravenwood.
favorite. I loved her.
Right.
So I really wanted to like it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
They even had lunch in the same Universal backlot set that was the 80s cafe from Back to the Future, and was what was the other one I was thinking of? I think it wasn't Groundhog Day, but that particular little cafe, it's on the corner of the Universal backlot, not far from the theater and the clock tower, and yeah, same set, but still.
Yeah.
So we got Nicole. I vote Star Wars Episode 1. Star Wars Episode 1 isn't bad if you take out all the CGI scenes.
Would you have anything left?
I don't know. There might have been a couple of shots of Yoda pre special edition Episode 1 when he was just a puppet. Because the very first release, he was a puppet, and then after Episode 2, they went back and did the CGI treatment to Yoda, which is like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I went back and watched the original series. They added a lot of things.
Yep.
They re-edited it.
I actually saw that when I got re-released in the theaters as 3D, because super briefly they're talking about releasing all the Star Wars films in the movie theaters in 3D. And we're going to start with Episode 1. And the first thing came to my mind was, that's a bad plan. This project's going to die in the first movie. Hey, it died in the first movie. There we go.
Is it time to start with the live?
I'm getting, no, we got another couple minutes.
We have a couple more minutes? Okay.
Someone else is, better question, what's the worst prequel or sequel? My vote, Hobbit. Oh, okay. So, Benin, you're saying Hobbit's worst? Yeah, I've only seen one of the Hobbit movies. And I actually saw it twice. Saw it in the theater both times. It's like, okay, I saw it. Is this going to be better in their Ultra HD, 86,000 frames per second? No, it looked like videotape. And how many minutes of GoPro footage inside of a barrel going down a river do we really need in a Hobbit movie?
An hour.
Apparently, yeah, that's exactly what we needed. So, yeah, no. I got a hold of a fan edit of Hobbit that cut it down into one long movie. I still haven't bothered to sit down and see it. But kind of wouldn't mind. I mean, the story's great. I like the cartoon, which, doesn't say much, the cartoons. But, yeah. Carl Skywalker says, Fury Road. Well, yeah, but that's not a prequel. That's a sequel, right? Am I missing something here? But Fury Road is totally an awesome freaking film. So, yeah, Nicole's saying that Bumblebee's 110% better than the first movie. Yep, it is. Nicole says the ant scene is the best part of that film. Funny enough, the ant scene is one of the things that first comes to mind when I think about Crystal Skull. It's the ant scene. The second thing I think about is the temple imploding into a whirlpool of whatever, and the ship took off, right? I think. It's been a while.
Right.
Ben and Lynch, says that I'm pretty sure the reference is, I would have been happy with the 2 if it was 2 movies instead of 3. Yeah, I think the insistence by the studio of stretching The Hobbit out into 3 films was a bad idea. You know, and Peter Jackson didn't even want to do it at all, let alone stretch it into 3 films. Kara says we should do a Discord watch party to watch that edit. Okay. Yeah, well, let me double check and make sure I still have that edit on my old Mac. I should. I was just digging through the movies in that Mac last night, and if I do, then yeah, let's make that happen. Sure, we can do a watch party. Fury Road is a prequel. It's not a prequel. He's got the same interceptor that blows up that they take away from him in the very beginning of the film. It's a continuation of the story. It's further along. Fury Road's not a prequel.
I do not know enough to be an authority on that subject,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
Google it.
In the very beginning, when he eats the 2-headed lizard, that's the same interceptor with the gas tanks again, right? I mean, it blows up and he's getting new cars, but it is an interceptor. It's very much a callback to the one he lost in Road Warrior. Now I'm correcting myself as I realize what I'm saying is wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Fury Road is later on, not a prequel. Mad Max is, well, not a prequel, it's just the first one.
Sorry.
It's all right.
That-
You didn't turn anything off. All right, it's 2:02.
Okay.
Let's open the floodgates.
All right, well then I will put this to the side for now,
Whichever.
and we can get started on our main project.
And I got so much done on the gloves. Look, I took the staple out.
Oh, there you go.
As I sit here and just talk the entire time. And burnt coffee.
Yeah, well, look I got it half patterned. It's the right height.
Oh, yeah, it is about that, isn't
Right,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
look it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it would be this
What I would
width
probably
to this
do-
width.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because they got a bit of a flare, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll probably go to the truncated cone pattern making site I keep going to and just type in the numbers that I want. And
Well,
that'll
there you
actually
go.
print me out an arc that'll make the paper cut pattern.
Can you do that live? That's the challenge.
Technically, yes. Probably have to point a camera at the video screen to make it so people can see what the heck I'm doing. So go to the live chat first, enable slow mode, and ha! There you go, Nicole. Now you got the governor on you. You can't spam anymore. All right, now we go back to the edit. And have details. We scroll down to visibility and public. Done. And save. And that should be all we need. Concurrent viewers, 7. Hello, all 7 of you.
Thank you for being here. That's more friends than I have.
Average watch time out of that 7 is 20 minutes.
There you go.
No, it's just that not everyone popped in at the beginning. That's all it is. Slow mode is on. Yay, moderator time. Kara Skywalker chimes in saying, okay, I just Googled it, and it turns out the Mad Max story timeline is just fracked. Okay, I can go with that. Now, the new upcoming one is a prequel, right? The one that's all about Furiosa is going to be a prequel to Fury Road. Timeline's fracked. Bruno back!
You are being very needy at the moment, aren't you?
And Nicole is happy to point out that she can still spam. She just has to go to moderator mode and she can spam all she wants.
Okay.
Anyway, hi, it's noon. It's Sunday. At least it's noon for me. I think it's noon for Felicia as well, and possibly
Yes.
for Bruno, but I don't think Bruno's got a good concept of time.
No, he knows. He knows what day of the week it is.
Oh.
He knew that today was live stream day and was letting me know that he's coming with me. So, yes, he has better sense of time than I do.
Actually, you're right. I'm sorry. That's not very nice to dogs. I know that, but I was just like, you
Yeah,
know.
he has a concept of what day of the week it is,
Totally.
what my schedule is, and if I put on shoes in the house, apparently I'm going somewhere and he needs to make sure that
That he has not forgotten.
Exactly. Wait, you are wearing shoes? Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Yes.
So it may not be noon where you are, but it's noon here, and it's Sunday here. It may not be Sunday where you are. So, welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. Hi, it's now the time to start opening it up to public viewing. I believe there's a couple of you already here that are joining in for the public. We've been streaming for not quite an hour, exclusively for my Patreon members. This is something we try to do every single week, to have a pre-show where it's just us with the private Discord open and with the Patreon members, where it's a bit easier to live chat, video back and forth with them. It's an exclusive thing and fun.
Yeah.
Now, if you're watching this in the future, and some of you do, the live streams get thousands of views. It's pretty cool. Just know that if you want to get in on the actual live chat, if you want to get in to where Felicia or I can actually see your comments, make sure to come by on a Sunday from noon to 2 Pacific time. And if you join the Discord, then it's going to be 11 to 2 Pacific time. And
11-ish.
yeah, 11-ish.
Ish.
And happy to see you come by. Last week there was a fun comment of, so you got to give money in order to get your comment read. Well, no. I just don't read every single comment, but I make sure to read all the comments that have money attached. So it's not the same. We do read a lot of the comments, but it is not required to bribe us to read your comments. It's encouraged, but it's not required.
You will answer for
Yeah, I will answer. But other than that, I should say, hello, I'm Odin.
And I'm Felicia. Nice to see you guys. Welcome.
And on the live stream today, we're going to continue with our DragonballZ armor build. Our Saiyan armor build, for those of you that have seen my Scouter video.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, last week we had the drama of running out of dowels. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now this week, we will continue on the back.
And then 2 weeks ago, we had the drama of, we'll finish this up and actually get it painted with Flexbond. Here we are, 2 weeks later. We're going to try and get it finished and put Flexbond on it.
Attempt number 3.
Attempt number 3. It's the rivet drama from the Witcher armor all over again.
Dowels.
Dowels. But I did actually get to Blick, and I did actually buy 15 millimeter foam dowel, half round, from HD Foam, from SKS Props, from Blick Art Supply on Howe Avenue in Sacramento, California. This is not sponsored at all. I'm just having fun. So,
and if you guys want to see how to build this and don't want to wait for us to finish and get through this project, well, we are doing this built based off of
SKS Props on YouTube. Steven, the same guy that makes this foam, has his own YouTube channel, and he does some really good tutorials. The guy is actually, surprise, really good at working with foam. He is quite the accomplished foam smith. Yeah. And his videos are actually very well produced and fun to watch. They're well shot, they're colorful, they're in focus.
Learn how to do this in 10 minutes versus
how
many hours are we on to?
Yeah. And he's got 2 videos. He's got the first one, which gives you the basics of building the armor, which we're still kind of doing. And then he does a whole second video where he takes his prototype armor he did to make sure that he had his pattern figured out, because that guy actually plans ahead and does prototypes. I don't. I just make the one thing I'm making work. But he takes his prototype one and then repaints it in a cell shade style and does extensive battle damage to it. So we're actually going to do middle road, where we want to do good, healthy armor, but paint it in a cell shaded style.
So there you go.
And I've already talked to Joe about, hey, you want to come on and help paint? So we might be able to get Joe in here next week. He seems interested.
All right, there you go. Oh my gosh. Those boogers wouldn't break.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
It was very well sealed, so there's that.
Very well boogered. Alrighty. Hey, Maker JP's here. Hello, Maker.
Hello.
So now that I'm done babbling there, Fet Collects 19. Hey guys, how's it going? Doing pretty good, Fet Collects.
Yes.
People are chanting Bruno butt. So I've actually got a friend locally, Wirehead Laboratories. Well, look up Wirehead Laboratories on Instagram, everyone. These are some people that used to come over to my house and watch anime in my living room. They have their own They have their own post-apocalyptic storefront now, and the main thing they make is stickers. Stickers and buttons. And it's one of those things that never occurred to me before. I could hook up with these guys and get an extremely small run of stickers, and they cut them. I'm not sure how. I don't think they're die cut, but it doesn't matter. And should be able to get some Odin Makes live stream stickers. Need to get some artwork done up eventually. And guess what? Bruno butt. And
That's going to be a sticker.
I think it needs to be a sticker.
If you guys want a sticker, let us know.
Yeah, so we need to make some cartoon artwork and make some stickers and get some stuff printed up and actually have them physical that can be taken to at least to cons, and then possibly use the artwork for super chat stickers within the program itself, because YouTube supports that, but I haven't utilized that functionality yet.
Eventually. Slowly getting there.
Trash Panda says it's 5 a.m. in Australia. Totally worth it.
Good morning.
Hello, Trash Panda. How's Monday? I still got a whole rest of Sunday to chew my way through.
Oh, I'm not ready for Monday. Not this Monday.
Yeah,
Next
no.
Monday.
Next Monday, right.
Yeah.
Tip, do not get the new smoothie Skittles. And we got a vomiting emoji. This is from Jackson Makes. I'll trust you on that. I'm one of those weird people that, I love the name of this. I really like S&Ms. I really like it when you take the standard plain M&Ms and put them in a bowl with Skittles. And
You're
just
one
eat
of
them at the
those
same
terrible
time.
people.
Yeah, I actually like that. The chocolate covered fruit I like.
Let me
Skittles straight
discuss.
by themselves, I don't like. They're too sweet.
We can't be friends. I'm sorry. You make Skittles and M&Ms. You.
Well, everyone, enjoy Felicia Makes. I'll see you Wednesday with my new episode of Odin Makes.
Oh no, Lace Spicer meme says, I'm running out of dowels and I only have one left. I'll keep chopping it up into rivets for my Doom Guy costume. I feel your pain. I was trying to see if we could do these. But, nah. Bruno won't let you leave?
Now.
Bruno's like, no, take me with you. Don't leave me with this
Kidding me,
crazy
my ego
lady.
won't let me leave either. The camera's on.
Oh, there you go.
I mean,
Yes.
thank you for painting through everything there.
That's okay. You're going to stick it.
Okay, I'll stick it.
The kinks in this, is that going to matter? We'll
No, we can stretch it and
just
move it around.
smoosh it down.
Smoosh it around to avoid the kinks. Plus, there's only a couple of these straight lines that are longer than the distance between the kinks, but inevitably a kink will end up going in the middle of one of them anyway. Okay. No, it'll be fine. Yes, Maker JP is here. It's awesome. So yeah, Maker JP is I don't know. I can share that, right? I don't know. Anyway, he's doing a job that I think is awesome, and he's on the and yeah, it's all yeah. So Maker JP, if you want to say what you're doing now that I've added you, it's not a super secret. I don't think I've talked about it before, but it's pretty freaking cool.
Now I'm curious.
Now you're curious. Jack Smith is here. Hello. Right, you read the one from La Specia meme? La Specia meme. Holly Stutchman. Odin, have you ever considered making a Terminator or Cable Deadpool or RoboCop suit? So, considered. Okay, well, a Terminator suit, that's fairly easy, but that involves going to the gym a lot. I guess, maybe. Not really. There was a point in time when the T-1000 had my physique. When he was doing the red-headed guard from the asylum. So the T-1000 and the T-800 pre-battle damage are two that are pretty easy to do, and I think I could probably pull one of those off, sure. RoboCop suit, there was a point in time when I entertained the idea for doing a suit, but I do not have plans currently. But it is, as a prop maker and someone who enjoys reading behind the scenes on movies, I really enjoy the details and effort and stuff that Rob Bottin went through in order to make the original RoboCop suit, and the fact that it's basically two suits, because the actor was wearing a rubber suit, and then on top of that they put hard things. You know, they're still flexible. Yeah. It's a flexible urethane, but it was a harder shell pieces that went over.
That makes sense.
The flexible undersuit. Yeah, totally makes sense.
An exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the fun things was reading about how the stuff was cast from something that was horribly toxic with fumes. And then in order to mix up paint that would stick to it, it was even more toxic. It was even more dangerous to be around.
Oh,
Once it was dry,
familiar.
it was fun. Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Heard the Tin Woman had some difficulties with that.
The Tin Woman?
Tin Woodsman.
Tin Woodsman, okay.
Yeah, the guy from
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yes.
Yeah, the first actor they cast, he like
That's right, he had a reaction to it or something,
yeah,
right?
he like killed him.
Not on set.
The first guy, yeah, they had to replace him with a different guy.
Right, but they didn't kill him on set, did it?
No, not on set,
came
but
later,
he,
yeah.
yeah, no, eventually.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
That's not
thanks.
that funny.
Toby and Bruno are having fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe they're having their moment on the spotlight.
No, I think Bruno's just jealous of Toby's poncho.
Oh.
Look at that.
It is a mean poncho.
That is an awesome poncho. Toby did insist
Hey,
on wearing
speaking
it
of
today.
ponchos, you were working on one.
I was working on a
Yeah.
poncho.
Do you want to talk about the poncho at all?
We can talk about the poncho.
Hey, let's talk about the poncho. Hey, what's going on with your poncho?
We made a poncho.
We've made a couple of ponchos.
We made 2 ponchos.
We have made 2 ponchos.
2 ponchos. One that's for me, one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to see him?
Do you want to see the ponchos? Hey, Cara, do you want to see the new poncho? So what's happening with the ponchos?
Oh, we're making a video for the ponchos that gives details on how we did it, from the thought process of how we patterned the hood to spray painting it and painting it.
Obviously, I
Yes.
gave her plenty of time to prepare for this.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot that we would even talk about this, but we did film it. We have it. We're
have it.
going to get some. What should we tell them?
If you want, right now, barring something really horrible happening, the plan is to go on location to the forest moon of Endor and actually shoot some scenes wearing the ponchos.
Right? Because we are close enough that if we don't, why?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, we're as far away from the Muirwood Forest, or from a location that's close enough from where they shot it that we may as well just go.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I was watching Parks and Rec, and Ben was like, "We're in the forest moons of Endor." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is, isn't
It's
it?"
right there,
And
yeah.
we're there, and we have ponchos, and we have Ewoks.
And we have Ewoks, although we might be able to take those Ewoks to
Maybe, probably not.
a national
but,
forest.
but still,
But still. So, yeah, that's
that's in the plans. That's gonna happen.
in the plans. Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have ponchos. You want to see?
Yeah. Let's, ponchos.
Ponchos. So we
Poncho.
have drop cloths that we painted.
Well, you have fabric. I mean, they're both fabric. That's a bad thing to say. This is fabric that I bought by the yard that was made specifically for sewing into sewing into a project. And it was actually, I think it was upholstery fabric because of the section I bought it from.
Yeah, it was definitely home decor fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a canvas drop cloth from Harbor Freight Tools because it was infinitely cheaper. Now, it was actually finitely cheaper, but it seemed infinitely cheaper.
When I was looking at the picture, I'm like, I'd rather do that out of a drop cloth because it had the texture. It looked like a lightweight canvas.
Right?
It looked like canvas that was painted, and
And it was $15 for 9 feet by 12 feet. What does that equate to in metric? Big. And no, 9 feet by 12 feet is probably about 2.5 meters by 3 meters ish. Right? No, actually, a meter's less than 4 feet, so it's going to be, it's going to be about 2.5 meters by about 3 1/3 meter, I think. For $15. This stuff was probably $8 to $9 a yard. What does that mean to the rest of the world? Fabric comes about 1.5 meters wide, right? Or not quite that. It's 54 inches. So we're
depending on if you're lucky. Yeah.
not quite 1.5 meters wide. And then you buy it by the yard, which is 3 feet, which is less than a meter. And so what you're paying for is that distance. However wide it is by whatever the distance is what you're paying for. And so this fabric costs a lot more than this, and we still have left over from this.
We could probably get a solid 3 ponchos out of that.
Really?
Yeah.
You really tried?
4 if we didn't cut hoods and helmets out.
That's true. The helmet, we started cutting up another helmet. And that's what ended up eating up a lot of, not a lot.
No, it really didn't. It was
Okay.
within the scraps.
Okay.
We still have half of it that
Right,
we didn't
we
even
cut it
touch.
down, yeah.
So we used half of it to make a quarter of that half. So we used a quarter of it for the poncho,
Okay.
and we used the other quarter for the hood and the helmet.
Okay.
And we didn't even use all of that. It's just by the time you did 3 hoods and helmets, I think you could get it out of a quarter. So you had 3 quarters for for ponchos and a quarter for all the other pattern pieces.
Cool. So for effectively $5, you could get 3, or $5, you get a single, you and 3 friends could each get a poncho and the fabric you need for helmet there. I finally figured out how to say that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get like all the people that, hold.
Old, right.
Yeah. So, because they had multiple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, a lot of them had ponchos. Not all of them, but a lot of them did.
Yeah, no, I think they got together and they're like, let's wear these.
Yeah. Just solo, it's like, I had a lot of fun wearing a trench coat in Blade Runner, so I want a trench coat again. And Chewbacca still remains the one of the main naked characters in
Well, so
in
much
Star Wars.
fur. Would you really want to wear a t-shirt over that?
No.
I wouldn't. Yeah, so we have 2 finished hoods.
Yeah. Still smells like camping, but now that it's been out of the package for a while, it's smelling better. This had a slight musty mildew kind of smell when we first opened it up from the package.
Yeah, it smelled very natural.
Yeah, it smelled very natural. It is smelling better now, and that is good.
It's had some air. It smelled like one of those old canvas tents.
It totally smells like old camping gear.
Yeah,
which also seems appropriate.
Yeah. So, got it in. The canvas was wide enough that we were able to get the facing out of the self fabric, meaning just folding it over.
Right. And
itself.
also able to keep the paint continuing.
Yeah, and most of the edges were finished, so I only had to sew about 4 seams.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so it was way easier, and this was barely wide enough once it was fully out to be the right length, so I added facing, and I ended up painting it to match.
And they are wildly different colors, but honestly, if you go and look at the ponchos they're wearing, these aren't too far off.
Yeah, Leia's, I was like, hers is the darker one. Let's keep hers the darker, but I didn't want to do Luke's too dark. We did the lighter.
We did the lighter one.
Yeah.
And happy to admit that, yeah, we used the Hot Toys as a reference, or she. I was here, but she kind of did it. She kind of did all of it. The Hot Toys as a reference for the painting and the look and everything else. But
Yeah.
I always felt that those guys go out of the way to get stuff right, so I don't feel wrong with imitating their reference material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we pulled up the picture from the movie, it was like, oh my gosh, our colors are so close that it, like you had the 2
fine.
screens. I'm like, we're good. Yeah.
And if you're not specifically Luke or Leia, you're gold, because these are all over the place. They are not uniform. Well, they're camouflage. They shouldn't be, but
Yeah.
they vary quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Even the helmets are not even anywhere close to being uniform. You can tell that, these are all the same type of helmet. But if you start looking at details of the helmet, even in the movie, you can pick out, that one's got 3 snaps, that one's got 4 snaps, that one's dark brown, that one's light brown. Yeah.
Yeah, they have different colors.
Yeah. Yeah, they're surplus looking.
Yeah. We did the lighter canvas to match that one, and I did the darker canvas to match this one when it came to helmets. And even Luke's and Leia's, they had different numbers, didn't they, of snaps?
I think so, because it looks like Leia should have 3 for the most part, but then I find images where she's got 4.
Yeah, but also, I swear, they each have like 2 different versions of their own poncho, depending on...
If they're on set doing green screen work, or if they're in the field. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, but I think we did a good job figuring out this hood pattern. That was where I got really...
Yeah. No, the hood pattern looks great.
So we got a hood, we got a poncho, and it wasn't a hard build, because after doing this one and figuring it out, that poncho only took me 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I think it was 3.5 hours total. So I think
Yeah.
you got 3.5 hours of raw footage of putting this one together.
Yeah, and that's just from start to finish with my snack breaks and
I think we were in the shop a little longer, but there's 3 hours of footage
of actually like building
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And there's this. The snack breaks also were timed like
and
that was the meal breaks.
Paint drying,
Yeah.
and paint drying is like half the time of your project.
Yep.
Bless you. Bless you.
It's dusty.
So we have ponchos.
We have ponchos.
I think this is dry enough that we can stick it together.
Okay. I will trade you positions, and you can interact with the people.
Okay. I am going to take off this poncho.
I'm going to take off the poncho as well.
Because I feel like I'm...
Because somebody turned on the heater.
Yes, and it's nice and toasty back here.
I noticed. Oh, and it's pretty cool that
That one's yours.
James from the Rebel Base Build made a 3D model of the Leia wrist communicator that she wears on Endor. I still need to get that printed, but
That's awesome.
that's awesome.
Yay for accessories.
Right.
I feel like that really just takes costumes to like the next level.
Yeah.
Like you have a great costume, now let's accessorize it.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It looks so tiny next to you, but it seems like the right scale.
Oh,
It
it totally
really
seems
does.
like the right scale.
Yeah. Poncho!
Poncho, whining dog. Alrighty.
Yeah. Somber Gonda says, some pockets inside the poncho would be a great idea, I think. Yes, because then you can store snacks. And I am always pro snacks.
Canonically, in the movie, Leia has a pouch on her belt outside of the poncho with Scooby snacks in it. She pulls one out to share with Wicket. Even takes a bite. See? You eat it.
See? Snacks.
They actually
They're
spend
important.
movie time on it. Yeah.
Yes, I always travel with snacks.
Yeah.
Often carry a purse burrito. Who doesn't?
Right. Yeah. Always carrying a purse burrito.
Right? That's why you have a purse.
For burritos?
At least, yes, at least that's my excuse.
I might need to get a purse. You dropped part of your leg.
I dropped what?
Part of your leg.
Oh, from earlier.
Yeah, from earlier.
Oh, okay.
So for those of you who are just now tuning in and aren't aware, we have a pre-show we do for the Patreon members. In the chat, Nicole, Jack of all trades, I think. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm so used to calling her Nicole. We'll post the link for the Odin Makes /Patreon if you want to get in on the pre-show where there's very few of us talking back and forth and no restrictions on spamming, which is apparently Nicole's thing. So anyway, continue.
No.
I'm just sticking stuff. Probably should try to be more centered instead of off to the side because the cameras are all centered.
So that they can see what's going on.
Yeah, so they can see what's going on.
Okay. So somebody asked where you got floor mats, foam floor mats, but then they got answered.
Oh, good.
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight, of course.
Yes, and
There's
then
multiple places you can go, but that's the cheapest.
want to know what your most favorite food is. It changes depending on what I'm in the
It
mood
changes. For me, for the longest time as a joke, I would say cooked. But at this point, that's not even true. So,
for. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, no, it just depends on the day because there's
yeah.
variety is the spice of life,
There you
and
go.
there's so many different good things to eat. I'm not indecisive at all.
I'm male. You think I can commit to anything?
I want it all. There you go. Ish, take the wheel.
Yeah. Here, Ish, you take the wheel.
Are you gonna make another Power Ranger prop?
Yes.
Eventually. Right.
Yes. No, definitely.
Yes.
I want to make another Power Ranger prop. We talked about it. The chances are extremely high. The next Power Ranger prop will be the Pink Ranger's bow.
Yes.
But we've been caught up with making ponchos, so the time to make a Power Ranger's bow hasn't happened.
Yes, there's always something going on. Tyler Hawkins says, OMG, yes, I see the Saiyan armor.
Yes. Hello, Tyler.
Yes.
So I've got this bent around in such a way that I can see what I'm doing, but no camera can see what I'm doing.
Of course.
Of course. Well, I'm trying to get the bends to work so they look okay.
Gotta smoosh it.
Gotta smoosh it. Which, interestingly enough, as a diver, if you get the bends, it's because you got smooshed wrong.
You didn't. You
Doesn't
came up
quite
from
work.
being smooshed too quickly.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. You didn't allow your lungs to de-smoosh appropriately.
So then I gotta get this bend to happen without putting a kink in it. And I kinda did. That's not too bad.
Odin, will we get to see the end of the Mechagodzilla suit? No. Never. It's never gonna get finished.
Yes, Mechagodzilla will happen. I am sorry that it is delayed a week. I've had a ton of side projects happen. Getting the legs done for Mechagodzilla has not happened. But I totally I want to have Mechagodzilla finished. I want to wear Mechagodzilla for the Labor Day weekend at SAC Anime.
And go smash things.
So I kind of want to have Mechagodzilla finished to a point that I can go do that. I'm okay if every little detail that I could possibly want to do isn't done at that time. But I want to wear Mechagodzilla to SAC Anime.
And not just the drive over RoboCop style.
No, not just the RoboCop style, no.
Top half
And
Mechagodzilla.
SAC Anime is local, which makes it really easy to take a big bulky costume like that.
Yeah.
You know,
because traveling with a tail is a different experience.
Yeah. Is this going to fit? This is not
Long enough.
going to make it.
Oh, so you need another one.
So I need another one.
And it's not painted yet.
It's not painted yet.
Glue's over there.
Okay. Remember, kids, wear a respirator.
Uh-oh, sniffing glue. It's a little early for that. Okay.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out where I am on the chat, sorry.
Oh, fair enough. You know, at one point I scrolled, so you may not be at the bottom.
No, I am on the bottom.
Okay.
Jack of all trades was saying it's worth it, and it's only $5 a month, and you get a chat one-on-one with Odin.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're currently planning on maybe starting to do watch parties. I mean, we talked about one, but that's one of those things that, trust me, if you do something with patrons, and it's fun, they want it every week. So, you know, watch parties may happen more. Honestly, one of the distractions I had this week is I let myself get completely sucked into Invincible, and I binged the entire show. Not quite in one go, it was 2 nights, but yeah, Invincible's
Yeah. But
a
if
lot
that
of
means
fun.
you get the Ben 10 Omnitrix, so...
Yeah, that means you get the Ben 10 Omnitrix out of it.
So there's that. Benefits, right?
Benefits.
Tyler Hawkins says, love the channel. Hope you and everyone all are doing good and safe. Some of the best props I've seen made on YouTube. Also, hi.
Oh.
So,
Thank you. Hello, back to you there.
yes, you do make good props.
Appreciate that.
Jelly Melon wants to know what's your favorite build. What your favorite build, and also I love your videos, Odin. Help me through a lot. So, that's
good.
Jelly Melon.
Thank you, Joey Mellon. My favorite build changes all the time because it's usually something more recent. You know, overall, I've got some huge fond memories of my Guar costume, but that was, you know, because that was one of the really big things that I did, and when the first time I was running around in public without pants on. And Guar, you're kind of wearing a Tarzan type loincloth with a bunch of really goofy armor. Recently, I'm really happy with the Zima helmet. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm pretty excited about my Mechagodzilla build, and I'm also really happy with the Endor helmets. I think those turned out extremely well, and the fact that I got to work with 3 different extremely talented makers not only gives me a chance to extremely overuse the adjective extremely, but I think it really helped. The collaboration ended up in a much better product than I could have done on my own, and that was a lot of fun, and I'm really proud of those.
Yeah. Those are great helmets. At first, when you said those ones, I'm like, oh, it seemed a little intimidating.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's a lot going on with these for a simple helmet.
Bruno agrees.
Yeah, Bruno agrees. Or it's just gas.
So, let's see. Odin, would you be able to make the aliens power loader like Mechagodzilla suit?
You know, I probably could. There was a point in time when in high school we talked about it. Chances are we'll do another anime robot next, so I wouldn't count on the. I don't want to step on the hacksmith's toes, you know. How can I possibly? I don't want to show up their suit, right? So, yeah.
Not quite on the radar. Sorry.
Not quite on the radar.
Maybe one day.
But in all honesty, let's see if we made you a Ripley costume, if we made the front of the legs enough they could support your weight, so we could just kind of walk in unison. That could kind of maybe work. As I now over-design this thing.
Right? It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
dangerous.
You got it. Like, oh, there's a challenge. I can figure that one out.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Because then yeah.
Yes.
That could be fun.
Odin Odin, please make a grilled cheese sandwich.
I've done that. It's a couple years old now, so, it's not like I can't make another grilled cheese sandwich.
I'm down for another Odin Bakes. That's what SB
Right.
Silver says.
I toyed for years on how to do an Odin Bakes within the shop. Just like putting a dough beater, just, like a mixer for mixing batter, or anyway, and putting that into the drill press as a way of mixing something. And
there you go.
But that's as far as I really got.
I've baked in your shop.
Yeah, you baked clay.
Yeah, I made Palmer clay baked in here.
Yeah,
So you do have an oven.
I do have an oven.
You can bake.
I can bake.
You usually make toaster strudels, so there's that, right?
Sure. No, I haven't made toaster strudel.
Not toaster strudels?
No.
No. I like toaster strudels. I like the bacon and egg ones.
I actually have cooked, basically chicken nuggets, they're called boneless chicken wings. They're chicken nuggets, and then I put the hottest hot sauce on them that I can find, and then,
Yeah, so it's been baked in.
Right. Cara knows all about that. Not about me doing it in my shop, but about my fascination with too hot sauce.
So please do props Batman Arkham games. And then
Right.
somebody responded to him saying, we actually made one. I sent him a file for the Batman Arkham Batarang. So
I like how Felicia says, somebody responded, that's Nicole.
I know.
You see how the name's blue?
No, I totally see, but I avoid reading all names at all cost if I
Okay.
can. Shh. It's a
One of the
secret.
things they really enjoy as a live stream is hearing their name.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry. Make it easier to say.
I increased the font size so it's
So it's easier to
a
read.
little easier to read. Yeah.
Okay. Names are important. I'll say them if I can.
I'm just waiting for the glue to dry.
I know. We always are waiting for blue.
Always waiting for the glue to dry. But it should be the last piece, right? Well, I might want to super glue the edge down because I got one to cut a little shy.
Maker JP wants to know, do you Americans eat curry a lot like we do in the UK?
Curry? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe not quite as much, but no, definitely. I had takeaway curry earlier this week.
honestly, we're in Sacramento, where it is a very diverse city of a lot of people from around the world who live here. And we have access to some of the best food that's authentic, whether it's Mexican, Asian, Indian, like, oh my gosh, the pho is amazing. The dim sum place, we travel and I don't get as good food as we have here.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, when travel, you may not know where to go. But yeah.
no, I know, but you know what I mean? Like,
No, there are some really, really good restaurants around here. And yeah, totally.
so I feel like I go visit my cousins in Utah and they give me strange looks for things.
I visited
Yeah.
family in Utah, and they insisted this burger place we go to was better than the burger places out here. And it's like, all right. So I went and ate it and went, yeah, it's a burger.
Fry sauce is a thing.
Fry sauce is a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't, the burger I had and the fries I had wasn't bad, but they way oversold it. You know, they get
No,
way
I
more
know,
hype.
but we're spoiled and we
Right.
have squeeze in with cheese skirts, so there's that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I
We
edited that
partic-
sequence for KVIE.
Really?
When Rob on the Road goes to squeeze in, yeah, I
love
totally
Rob. Hi,
wrote
Rob, if you
and
ever see
half
this.
wrote and yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No. But no, I'm just saying we're kind of spoiled here.
Yeah,
We are
totally.
in an amazing. We're in the Central Valley with access to fruits and vegetables year round.
Galore, yeah.
Farm to fork capital of the world with an amazingly diverse population
Yes.
of immigrants that make this place amazing. So
yeah.
I'm spoiled when it comes to food.
Yep.
So yes, we have curry.
So yeah, we have curry.
Yes.
Yes,
Japanese,
definitely eat curry.
Indian, all the different styles.
Korean, the crappy American. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So, Janisha Mar Amuth says, I'm from South Africa and I eat curry a lot. So,
Oh, sweet.
yes, I think curry is a great spice and food, and yes. Okay. Well, how about making making fake food out of foam for the next video. Haven't you done that before?
I have made fake food out of foam for Smosh.
Yeah.
I don't think I made fake food in any way for my channel.
No. Okay. Yeah. You have those frog eggs over there.
I do, but I haven't done anything with those yet. Sorry, Kara.
Yeah. Jackson Makes says he's never had curry. I'm sorry. You should try it.
You should try it, yeah.
Yeah.
And don't worry about if you get the right one or not. Just get the one as you read it that appeals to you.
Yeah.
And then decide if you want to try it again or not, and decide if you want to try something different. Me, I just go, yeah, I want Thai hot curry. You know, I want Indian hot curry. I just want the...
I'm always like, let's see. Yellow sounds interesting today. How about the red one or the green one? Or it's hard.
Right.
There are so many good options, and usually...
Welcome to the curry chat.
I usually make it at home more often than...
You know, there's one of the really good curry that's really hard to get anymore.
Which one?
Tim.
Tim Curry? We need somebody just with it.
Or, you know, some sort of big foam hand. Just...
There you go. Or the hook. That one
Or
hook.
the hook, that's it. I've already been kicked off the show once.
Oh, we need to be more inclusive. I'm sorry, Odin. Bad humor and all.
Popping the dried glue off the end of my super glue. So I'm going to super glue the ends that I didn't put contact cement on.
So Jackson Makes says, I live up north in Maine, but you think you're spoiled? Imagine having seafood every day. I would not mind coming down to California and try their food out. So
Yeah. I've been to Martha's Vineyard. This is not Maine. So I've not been to Maine.
No, me neither.
Been to Martha's Vineyard, been to Cape Cod, and yeah, the seafood was great. Definitely. We have some pretty good seafood out here too, because
we're coastal.
Yeah, we're coastal. Monterey's right here, which is famous for the canneries for.
And fusion food is amazing seafood. Just all the different fusions.
All the different fusions, and there's also lots of good seafood in San Francisco, which is another big fishing hub for California. So no, seafood is good and available here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it's blasphemy, but
It's totally blasphemy.
like what's that one place that I really like their burritos? It's like a chain restaurant, and I love their seafood. They're from Santa Barbara. Jeez Louise, now I'm like blanking.
From Santa Barbara,
They're
chain.
They're
not,
a chain seafood.
Not Rubio's.
Rubio's, yeah.
Okay.
No, specifically Rubio's.
Yeah,
I really like Rubio's.
Rubio's
a
is
lot.
good,
Like
yeah.
I love their tacos.
Yeah.
And I feel like I shouldn't because they're a chain place, but
No, they're good.
They're amazing.
We used to go to Rubio's all the time for lunch when I was at the PBS station.
Yeah, they
And,
have a lobster burrito.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not Maine, but
No. May not even be actually a lobster. It might be that other
imitation.
oversized shrimp that just tastes like lobster, but whatever.
I don't
No,
care.
Rubio's is good.
Yeah, no.
For a seafood place you can get in the food court, Rubio's is good.
Yeah, so it's not Maine, but and
No.
there is a good fresh food available, and yet I still choose. We'll see. Is there any weapons in your Dragon Ball Z build? This and this. No.
Not yet. No. No weapons planned, but you know.
They don't have weapons.
They don't, do they? Not really?
No, they use
They just
their
kind of punch each other.
Yeah, and use their, power.
Their
There's like the wave and their
the wave motion cannon. That's Star Blazers or Battleship Yamato.
no.
No, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no,
sorry.
I know. Sorry,
I'm
we're live
just-
and on the spot. Let me talk about Dragon Ball Z in front of a bunch of nerds. Not nerds.
You
but,
have more
know.
authority in Dragon Ball Z than I do. I can't
Yeah.
even pronounce Saiyan right.
I love the show, but no, I don't know all the facts
Okay.
off the top of my head, and I get intimidated trying to. But no, I love Dragon Ball Z. But no, they do not use any weapons that I know of. Like they use mostly their fighting powers.
Trunks has a sword.
Which one?
Trunks has a sword.
Trunks has a sword,
Well, Trunks has a sword, yeah.
But
Come
we're
on,
doing
Felicia.
Vegeta.
Trunks got a sword.
but Vegeta doesn't. And we're mostly basing this off of Joe being Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Joe is actually quite thrilled about.
He doesn't like being Vegeta?
No, he's thrilled. He's very
Oh,
happy.
okay. I was like, which one does he want to be?
No, very much so. To the
Yeah.
point that I mentioned about picking out a different hair to try and make another set of Super Saiyan hair that would fit him. And he was like butthurt that he couldn't just have Vegeta hair. All right, fine. I was all excited about getting another hairstyle we could do, but it's like,
No,
fine.
he wants specifically Vegeta.
So, yep, well.
There you go. I would do Goku. Oh, the Hyper Beam Cannon. Goku has his staff.
There's a
And
hyper
Trunks
boil
has a
cannon
sword.
too, right? Sorry.
And that's Vegeta's son. And Goku has a staff, so.
Okay.
But
Well,
Vegeta does not, so does he have a weapon? I don't think so.
No, they got the scouters that are always breaking.
Yeah. But we have Dragon Balls, so
We
there's
have Dragon
that.
Balls, yeah.
Well, at least we have a Dragon Ball.
We have a Dragon Ball courtesy of Sherby, yes.
We have Grandpa. Oh. J. Isha Mary Muth says, do you like Attack on Titan? Yes. Very much so.
Yes, I like the art and I like the characters. I will admit I have not watched a single episode. But, yeah.
I haven't finished it. I'm like mid into it, but yes, I do enjoy it. Vegeta's only weapon is his attitude. That's by SB Silver. So.
God.
It
I think
looks,
I'm going to get some, there's a little bit of glue stuck here.
Oh, okay.
And this will keep transferring through everything because it's not going to smooth out.
so you're gonna get rid of it
So I'm
now
gonna get
before
rid of
we
it
get
now.
going?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Odin, you should make the sword set from Attack on Titan.
There's somebody else that keeps saying we should make the maneuvering gear.
Yeah, I have been hearing that floating around in the idea tank of the maneuvering gear and their jackets and other stuff, so there may be a prop eventually
Eventually.
coming out.
There's a whole flight jacket with, the logo, the Lego logo for the Black Falcons on the back.
Yeah.
It's not quite, it's actually quite different, but it's similar to me. May I have a paper towel, please?
No.
Thank
Of course,
you. May
here.
I have your shirt, please? Thank you. That's plenty.
Yes. Okay. Is this the Roscoe's?
No, this
No,
is...
you're cleaning out.
This is naphtha for cleaning.
This
So I got a
one.
little bit of dried glue on the back of the armor piece here because one of the pieces laid on it, and so it transferred some wet contact cement to it. You probably can't see it on camera because it's too fine of a detail, too far away, but there's a texture difference that will not disappear.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah. It could a little bit with Plastidip because Plastidip will... it's got the same solvent base that contact cement does, so it would actually soften it a little bit, but you'd still see it.
Yeah.
So.
From experience.
From experience.
Handle it now. Don't just let it get into a bigger problem. Oh, I'll just paint over that layer
Yeah.
later, and then like 12 coats of spray paint, and it's all blotchy and
Right.
speckly and coming off, and you're hating your life, going, "What did I do wrong?"
Right, you just start
Nobody's been there
accepting-
before, have you?
No.
No. But we're live, and we want this to look nice live, so we'll just handle this now. Oh, look it. That makes it look easy.
It is kind of easy.
Whew.
And I should be wearing a vapor mask with this.
Yes, I'm sorry, let me do that. I'll get the Roscoe's for you. Roscoe's.
Roscoe
And
P. Coltrane.
This one.
If it's the one that says Roscoe. That's the one. Flexbond.
And then.
Oh, that is a loud train.
Looks like it's racing. And which paintbrushes did you want to use?
We can use any of the big paintbrushes is fine. Something, big and wide that can just get it done. Probably want to get some paper down so we're not getting that stuff all over.
Yeah, smart things.
Yeah.
Are those the papers we had earlier?
Those papers we had earlier.
And they will work?
Yeah, they'll totally work because they just need to not get stuff all over the tabletop. Because I kind of like to not have, even though it could get this huge patina of stuff on the table, and it would kind of tell a story. But I don't want that. I don't want a bunch of dried glue and dried whatever built up all over.
seeing if there's anything else that needs to get before
Right.
we go.
There's a couple on this one.
Oh, wow. Can't even see where that spot was. Well, there you go.
Yep. It takes
No
a lot.
blue spots.
I swear there was one on here. That's why I got more on the... So I'm not too worried about the stuff that's in the corners.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Yep.
Train! Mr. Rooster says, yo, diggity dogs, can't stay, just wanted to say hi. Well, hello.
Hello, Mr. Rooster.
Hey, guess what you should make?
The
The Winter Soldier arm.
Oh, Winter Soldier arm, yeah. Check out on Instagram. Oh man, total loss on that.
You saw one that was good though, didn't you?
Yeah,
Recently?
and there's a guy that I've talked to before. He actually gave me permission to use his Doom Guy helmet, and then I didn't use it. Oh man, he's in San Francisco. Anyway, yeah, check out the guy on Instagram. He's looking really good. What the heck is his name? Oh man, I'm such a bad guy.
Come back next week to find out who has the amazing
Who has the amazing? Yeah,
Winter
just
Soldier arm.
give me
Is
5
it
minutes.
gold or is it this chrome one?
It's still just foam. He's figuring it out.
No, but is it the chrome or gold? Like which version?
I don't
It's just
remember him
Winter
saying
Soldier.
right now it's just foam.
It's not.
It's Winter Soldier, but he's got a really good musculature on it. There's the shoulder piece. It looks like it's a piece. There's a bicep piece that's underneath it that doesn't look like it's attached. And then he's got his forearm that's got a little bit of a cut on the back of the
Elbow?
elbow. You know, granted, it's all left arm, right? But it's just the way I'm holding it myself.
Yes.
And it looks really good with what he's doing so far.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when he can remember who it was.
I remember who it was. This is really bad.
There you go. Janice Usser wants to know, Odin Makes, what are you using to remove the contact cement?
I am using a industrial cleaner. Called VMNP, right? Whatever. Well, naphtha is the thing. Now, in California, because of Proposition 65, getting certain chemicals is pretty difficult for those of us that just do it in the private sector. But this particular one is a variant for xylene and a few others. Naphtha and xylene are both chemical solvents that already exist in contact cement and Plastidip. So they becomes a solvent for removing it. But yeah, you saw her walk away. I'm not wearing a mask. It's pretty intense.
It doesn't smell lovely.
No, this is really bad. You can use this to thin old contact cement. So as contact cement kind of gets thick as it gets towards the end of its life on the canister you have, you can pour a little bit of this into it and it thins it out. You can also buy. Plastidip originally came in a Pringles type can. It was just a can with a plastic lid on it because the idea was you dipped your tools into it to give it that vinyl coating for the grip, because tools didn't always come with that. They've since put it in aerosol, and now it's a lot more fun. You can use this to thin that stuff because that's pretty thick.
Yeah.
And then you can run it through a spray gun or just brush it on for a really thick, strong base coat.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
And that stuff did amazing for erasing the extra smudges and stuff. You can't even tell that it was there. There's no pick spots. There's no dents or gouges or... Yeah.
Yep.
Evidence that it was there.
Evidence it was there. And I've known that this works for years, but Punished Props did a video about a year ago now where they went through a whole bunch of experiments on what will remove, and they found 2 or 3 different things that will actually remove it.
Oh, there
so
you
it's
go.
not just this. So definitely, if you want to know more, check out this other channel that I'm not connected to at all. Check out Punished Props because they do talk about it. And
Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
yeah. I got it at Home Depot at the moment. I believe I still can. But since they're constantly making everything illegal, that may not be the case forever. They being the lawmakers of California.
I like SB Silver's joke.
Yeah.
What does Vegeta do to catch up with Goku? Train! Anyways, that made me laugh.
That is funny.
I didn't expect that. It made me laugh. Jennifer says this is her first time watching. Well, congratulations, Jennifer.
Hello, welcome, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Welcome to the live stream.
Yes. So we got rebel-based builds here. So
Oh, sweet. Hey, James.
welcome.
So, yeah. We talked up your modeling stuff that you helped us with for the helmet. So James from Rebel Base Builds is the third member that did the poncho and Rebel helmet build.
The hard part that I couldn't do myself. So.
Right. So definitely, for those of you who are here in the live stream, check out the YouTube channel Rebel Base Build. And the guy puts out really good videos.
And has a good name.
Has a great name and has good production quality and does a lot of 3D. And yeah, definitely. Definitely recommend to watch. So this is...
We're going to be drinking glue.
Did you get that ad, Vixen? That's going to be a meme in a minute, right?
Yes. The kids eating paste in the corner.
Kids eating paste in the corner.
Yes, there you go.
Eating the covers off their books.
Steve Elvis wants to know, after Mecha Godzilla,
Uh-huh.
what would you like to make for yourself next?
This is here.
For yourself.
For myself next.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for myself.
Are there two so I can paint two?
Oh, there is, yeah.
You can
These-
paint
these-
it all. I
these-
don't mind.
These are good brushes, so
You don't want to ruin both of them?
well, I just don't want you to. I just
Oh,
want.
you know
I just
how I
want to paint it on. Yeah. But also, we want to paint it on so you can help reduce brush marks and things.
Yes.
It's pretty self-leveling. You shook it?
I did not. Did
Okay.
you need to shake it before?
You know, I'm not sure.
It's been a few years that it's just
It's
been
been
sitting there.
sitting there. Yeah, I think probably
Gonna pour it back.
agitating it's going to be a really good plan.
Shake. All right.
Of course, the drill is upstairs.
So you can't just spin it.
Yeah, that's going to be the...
All right. You're gonna get a workout. Ooh, Dynamite says a Voltron suit would be awesome.
Voltron suit would be awesome.
It would be.
Another show I never got into.
I
It's
didn't
so weird.
till the remake came out, and I sat down one day just like, I remember this show, and then
Okay.
I got into it. Like I just binged
Oh,
it.
okay, cool.
So it was pretty hooky.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was there for the first show. Like, I kind of should have, but it didn't...
I didn't get into the original one either, but the
Yeah.
remake I really like.
Okay.
So. Fun Time Spring Bonnie's back.
Oh,
Says,
Fun
"Hi,
Time
Odin."
Spring Bonnie. Sweet.
Flame Dragon Man says, I don't know if anyone saw my Megazord request.
We might not have. I'm okay with doing a Megazord, but honestly, I'd rather hook up with Nerd Alert Cosplay, also on Instagram. Jason's just in San Jose. He's got a really good Megazord. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I've always been jealous of? Those little kids who have the Transformer box.
Right.
And then they stand up. I'm like, I want one of those. You know?
Is that what you want?
Yes. Well, I want to take a Barbie Jeep.
Oh, okay. Cut that up?
Yeah.
Or take a Barbie Jeep for a pattern.
Either one. I would like it to actually be able to.
Okay.
Zoom
and do you want to be
around, ideally.
You want to be a Transformer or a GoBot?
Ooh. Transformer.
Okay.
Transformer.
So which one was the Army Jeep Transformer? Because one of them
Doesn't
was
matter.
a Willie's Jeep. Okay. You just say Barbie's Jeep, so.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm thinking of Smosh the Barbie Jeep. That was
Right.
the not Mandalorian.
That was the Mandalorian. That was
It
the
was
time
the
traveling
DeLorean.
Mandalorian from Buck to the Future. Yeah.
The DeLorean. Yeah. Didn't it start out as a Barbie Jeep?
It totally did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that Barbie Jeep was everything. So it's like everything's
Yeah.
a Barbie Jeep.
Yeah. Well, another prop built by P. Egan on Instagram, who's face down dead in front of all sorts of things you wouldn't want. Anyway.
Yeah, we're talking about Pegan a lot today.
Yeah, we're talking about Instagram a lot today.
Yeah, well, hi, Pegan.
Hello, Pegan. Patrick Egan. Pegan.
Yeah, that's how I read your Instagram name. Hey, Odin, have you ever thought of making a mashed up prop, meaning two props together? You know, like Bumblebee, Scorpion?
I've thought about it, but I've done it, I think, for Smosh. I think I've done things like that on that type of a request. But generally speaking,
No, you like to follow things to the T.
I really enjoy, imitating things to the T that I can.
And going off course isn't normal.
Isn't normally my thing.
It's not your
I was
style.
supposed to be doing something like that with Friggin' Boom Toys way back at the beginning of my YouTube days. I'm the one that ended up checking out on it and not doing it because I didn't like any of my ideas.
Right? It's not your style. You like to either copy exactly.
Right.
Or be given a pattern to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or be told, we want a mashup of this. Like, okay.
Yes.
That's what you want? I can do that.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. So, am I against it? No. I'm really good friends with Mick Thor, which is a great mashup of Ronald McDonald and Thor. I've got a picture of the McVengers hanging up in my office, all of which are fast food versions.
Fight? Would he be a McChicken?
It could be.
I just want to eat a McChicken now.
But it's nice that no matter what it is he's doing, he's loving it.
I hope they are. All right. What is your favorite Megazord?
I haven't watched, so I can't say. But what is your favorite Megazord?
The Zordy one. I don't know.
The Zordy one.
Yeah, no.
Are all of them called Megazords? They don't like change designation in some way.
Triceratop. Because
Oh,
I
right.
always liked Sarah from Little Foot. Or
Okay.
What is Land Before Time? I always just called it Littlefoot, but yeah,
Yeah.
Land Before Time, Triceratops. So yeah.
Sure, but Littlefoot isn't the Triceratops, right?
No, but the three horn from
Three-horn is, yeah.
It's the love of the Triceratops bleeding over into Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
No, those completely go together.
Yeah, there's your mashup.
So when I got to stand in line for Star Wars Episode 1, right, I was one of those lucky individuals that stood in line for weeks for this down in Hollywood. One of the other members was the voice actor for Littlefoot on some of the direct-to-video ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't the guy from the first
original.
movie, but he did, yeah.
That's awesome. Although I don't think that there are any videos after the first one because they don't exist in my world. But
Fair
that
enough.
was still cool.
But yeah.
That's awesome. Hound was the Jeep Transformer. Martin Shaw says that, so thank you.
Oh, Howl? Okay. Thank you.
Howl.
Yeah, because there was a G1 that was just a Willys Jeep.
Yeah, no,
Remember
I
that.
would totally be the Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked those.
But
You should
Jeep-
make the Starly from Land Before Time. That one would be easier. Just go outside, pickly.
Oh, okay.
It's a tree star.
It's a tree star. Yep. Just like you'll make a Harry Potter wand, walk along in the forest. Oh, there's a stick. And that's how Odin makes.
Yeah, I have done that for props. I
Yeah.
needed to recreate this shadow creature, and they had these long twiggy fingers, and it was going to be a shadow, so I went outside and I picked up a bunch of sticks and taped them to their fingers.
That's
And broke them, like kind of where you would
And
have
broke their
joints.
fingers?
Like where you would do joints and taped it.
Yeah.
And so that it had these really long claws. It was just sticks taped to the fingers, and it just looked like the shadow creature.
okay.
But I was like, yeah, no, just went outside, grabbed some sticks.
Cool.
It could be a costume.
It can be a costume. It can work. It can work. Yeah, I'm definitely painting with white glue.
I haven't started because now I'm afraid I'm going to make it all streaky.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can. You're handling chat. You can keep handling chat if you want.
Nah, I dipped it. It's.
Now you're committed.
Now I'm committed. Do that. I'll be gentle.
Well, overall, I just I get it on, and then I try to go back over and get the same brushstrokes going in the same direction. Right? Because
Yeah.
that should
Create a grain.
create a grain, exactly. It should level out. I remember that from the one time we did try to do something with it, that it did a pretty good job of leveling out and getting smooth.
This feels like and smells like we are using the school glue that comes in those white bottles,
Yep, it totally smells like white glue.
and like we're painting that onto the top.
It very much does. I'm sure that that's the same type of base. It may have something else in it. But that is totally what it feels like.
Yes.
Sorry, that I am looking at my thing and my glasses on.
The people are not being interacted
No,
with. They are not being entertained.
They're
We
not,
must say
no.
hi.
I can just feel the viewers dropping off. Oh, this is a crafting channel. They're actually crafting. How boring.
Right? All the hard work that goes into projects. You see that? Ugh,
You see
it's
that?
not pulled out of the oven.
Right. Can we just see the finished product?
Well, yes, you can. Go to a different...
Yeah, you totally can. Go to SKSprops.com.
Yeah.
Or actually, this is the SKS Props channel. That's SKS Stephen K. Smith. His channel, and he's got a 15-minute video where he finishes this whole thing using Plastidip. And we are totally using his pattern. He knows it. He thinks it's great. And
So, yeah. I feel like if they made it past that, they're here because we're crafting.
okay.
So...
Oh. It's like, all of a
Kev-
sudden, like this drips. Like, where am I dripping from? Oh, the inside where I loaded up the voids in between the stomach, and it's dripping out from inside onto the table.
Oh, there you go. Find your leaks.
Yep, found the leaks. That's fine. I can have leaks. I wasn't expecting this to be watertight.
Well, you can go swimming in it. I don't see why you couldn't
Yeah, you could.
have an underwater battle.
It'll provide some buoyancy.
Yeah.
We got somebody's spamming us with emojis.
Oh, the L is saying bye. Well, bye.
Oh, bye.
Mellow 1500 says the process is actually very relaxing and fun.
Oh, good.
You know, I feel that way about hand stitching. Like,
Okay.
I don't like stopping my brain or the crafting or myself in general to sit down and hand stitch.
Right.
I usually don't have the patience for that, but just sitting down and committing like I'm sitting and hand stitching is sometimes the most zen I will get, and just kind of get into it and get into the flow.
Uh-huh.
I feel like a lot of crafting is just getting into that zen position when you have to do the repetitive, boring tasks. Just, you know,
Yeah.
slowing down and taking your time and pretending you enjoy it, because
Right.
I know when I actually am doing it, I love it, but
Right. When crafting, starting is often the hardest part.
yeah. Brent Freeman wants to know if we're doing anything special for the paint job.
Yes, we're going to do a cell-shaded paint job. So we want to paint it like it is a cartoon.
Yes.
Typically, I just paint things fairly straightforward as they kind of appear like they sort of should be to me, but actually going to go for something stylized.
I love it. It'll look like the cartoon to me.
It'll totally look like the milk carton.
The milk carton, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, Vegeta's on the milk carton, right? Have you seen me? That's actually not that funny of a joke.
It's okay, I'll forgive you.
Thank you.
Zen or Zen? Funtime Spring Bonnie's asking. Zen, Z-E-N, or Zen, X-E-N?
So is that Zen from Half-Life, or just Zen is xenophobic or xenomorph, either way? I think the intent was Z-E-N, but
It's open to interpretation. I will neither deny or
confirm what it is I meant.
pretty much.
I am merely saying words. Any meaning that you guys get out of it is completely in your own head.
So we have the question of which Super Saiyan are we making? The great news is that this vest is worn by a lot of different Saiyans, just saying.
Just saying.
We're
going to paint it cyan.
But this one is going to be for Joe, who will be Vegeta. So it's Vegeta. It's armor, technically.
And hopefully we'll have Joe here next week.
Yeah, because he's excited about the painting, and
Yeah.
he's really good at painting.
Yep.
And we're going to give him the opportunity to help us be really good looking at painting.
We can painting, yeah, definitely. Got a lot of white. You know, probably should, I think I've got some. For a base coat, maybe we should just use house paint white.
It's a latex.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've actually also got an acrylic white that's just basically a house paint. It's Krylon sells cans of.
I
Maybe.
really do like the what's it called? Kills?
Kills, yeah.
Like that is like the amount of titanium in that really blocks out, so you
Right.
know one coat is gonna come.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
Usually.
so I'm not
Even kills isn't a guaranteed one coat, unfortunately.
honestly. It is worth it to get the primer base coat combined when painting,
Yeah.
especially when you're being paid to paint, because your time is more valuable than the paint. And even though you're spending a lot more on the paint, one coat is going to go so much further than 3 of the cheap paint.
Yeah.
Like significantly,
Yeah.
and it'll look better, feel better, and you won't hate your life.
Yeah.
So that Project Farm guy I like watching, he did a whole episode on the different paints and which ones are better, and I think he nailed it. I was like, oh yeah, I feel it, because having to paint an entire set in a whole room and it needs to be black by the end of the shoot. Yeah, no, I want the good stuff.
Yeah, I need the good stuff that's going to dry, that's going to cover, that's going to be one and done. And yeah.
So if we are doing a latex paint, house paint totally, and I wouldn't be opposed to that, but
Yeah, because it's just white overall is the.
yeah, getting a good white base would be perfect. I am completely ignoring the channel.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all right.
chat.
Well, at least we're talking about stuff. Without actually complaining about local filmmakers and their inability to buy decent paint. We didn't do that at all.
No, usually I'm the one who goes out and buys it, so I buy myself the nice stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, no, the art director sends me. No, I'm the art director. I have to go out and get it. I'm getting the nice one.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson.
It's usually a $10 difference, which is
Significant in difference of having to,
Yeah. Once you're on set, when you're paying someone else to paint it, if you have any other crew members waiting who are all getting paid,
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And also safety pins. I never buy the dollar store cheap, crappy safety pins. I buy those $10 expensive, nice safety pins. Because
Okay.
they make a big difference, like when I'm costuming and stuff, because the cheap ones, they fail. They get snagged in your clothing.
Right, they pop open.
Make things so much worse. But the good ones, and you can rely on them, you can use it to staple someone back together.
Sorry, I'm totally off the table. It just seemed like an easier way to share. And
No, I'm fine. I'm just over here making a mess. It's
Okay.
lovely.
oh, good,
Getting it all going the same direction.
good.
You know. Okay.
And no, I don't need gloves to work with Flexbond. I just didn't bother to take them off after using the other harsh chemical.
This stuff seriously smells and feels like white glue from.
It's totally water-based white glue. This is a non-toxic. This is.
I got it on my hand, but I'm kind of looking forward to peeling it off.
Peeling it off, yeah. As you should be.
Because nobody knows what that's like.
Nope, never did that.
Right?
Yeah.
Did I miss any? Yes, this edge I didn't get as good as the other edges. Brent Freeman says Joe would be really good as Kaba, I think. So, there's
Okay.
that. I think he's going to make a perfect Vegeta. I
Yeah.
think he's the right look and feel for that. I'm excited to do it. Okay, this is a good question from
Okay.
Janice Oozer.
Ah,
Since you have learned and improved from what you built, from when you built a lightsaber for Beyond Geek, how would you build a lightsaber now?
the way I built the beam saber for the Gundam. Basically, the big difference is the beam saber is right here. The big difference is batteries. The lightsaber that I built used a pack of AAA batteries, which doesn't have a long life. And I'm using a super bright LED because I'm building for camera. So in order for it to blow out and really look like a lightsaber, I needed a high intensity beam, which sucks batteries dry. What we ended up doing on the beam saber is it has a built-in rechargeable 18650 battery, which has a higher milliwatt outputage than the AAA, and ends up being USB rechargeable. So
You figured it out.
yeah, I figured it out. That's the main thing I would do differently from Beyond Geek, because I did. This also doesn't have the sound because it's not a lightsaber; it's a beam saber. This is the Gundam weapon. But yeah, I would still probably continue to use the. So there's two videos on Beyond Geek. This first one I did with Brittany, where we totally built it from scratch. Totally used the Obsidian soundboard, which is like a $90 soundboard, but you can actually put different sound fonts on it to make it sound like different weapons. I would at this point continue to use the Hasbro Blade Builders, which is a $15 to $20 sword. Those things change prices constantly. I bought them for 10. I've seen them for 15. I've seen them for 20.
You watch the market.
You watch the market.
Drop,
Yeah, you walk by.
buy in bulk, and buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Buy low, build low. But it has the on sound effect. It has the basic hum sound effect. It has a clashing sound effect because it has the motion sensor. It can tell when you hit something. That's all I need for the sword. Flash on clash and a bunch of the other really cool stuff that the Obsidian board does, and that like Ultra Sabers and some of the other online retailers who make really quality stuff. You know, I wasn't as concerned about it because. Doing stuff for a con, trying to do something DIY. So I'm happy to do something a little more low key.
So yes, you have opinions
I have opinions.
on what you would do differently.
Right. Oh, and the 3D printed clear light effect for like the base of the blade, I think works really well. And actually on Etsy now, I've seen people doing the kind of the fuzz burst that comes off the bottom of the blades. That's in the comics, at least. It's not the movies, but it's in the comics. So people are doing it.
Well, if everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Meanwhile, my Beyond Geek lightsaber, the batteries are dead. Thanks for actually working when I want to talk about the batteries are dead.
Hey, just talk crap about it. It'll work amazingly.
just talk crap.
Say it's going to work perfectly, and then it'll stop.
Nope. Yep. This is the one that the secondary video that I built on my old set. So this isn't the one I made with Brittany on the actual Beyond Geek show, but the second one I did later. So this has the Blade Builder soundboard in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
So Beyond Geek, you can see the actual lightsaber build,
Yep.
and the beam saber build is his new and improved version of the lightsaber build. So.
Yep.
Farsi says, "I love you, Odin."
Thank you, Farsi.
Farsi.
Farsi. Okay. I appreciate that you pointed it out, but it's
You
blurry.
still can't see?
I still can't see. Yeah.
All right. I feel like I get it smooth, and then as it dries, it bulks up into side.
It should smooth out. It's gonna do its
So, if this looks like crap, it's my fault,
That's
and it's
all
on
right.
the back. Ha!
Hey, this is the first time I'm painting it on too, right? I just on a prop that's actually gonna get finished. I think we did an experiment with it when we were doing some all clad on something. I don't know what it was. Might have been War Machine, but
Yes. So, how long does this stuff take to dry?
full to be able to touch it. I think it's only a couple of hours. Full cure, 2 days.
Okay, so.
So when we're done, we can just hang it up
Okay.
and go back to boots or just talk or whatever.
Well,
But this
it is 1:18 now.
Okay.
We're in the middle of our live stream.
We are in the middle of our live stream. I do not have any mail today. It's been fun for a while there to open up viewer mail and open up mail that my mom sent me of old stuff. I am out of all of that.
What did he find?
I don't know.
There's something interesting underneath there.
But if, for any crazy reason, you want to send a package that we open up on air, the P.O. box is right in the description of this video. And you are welcome to address it to me or Felicia or Bruno. And we'll help Bruno. But we'll open it up on air. And 1 o'clock is typically the mail call time.
Do you have water I can stick this brush in so it doesn't dry up while we finish? chit-chat.
No! Is none of that, is there dirty water in that bucket?
Nope, there's no water at all, but there's dirty water in that bucket.
Okay. Then,
But this one, I will dump some water in.
okay, thank you. Oh yeah, there you go.
Left over from the poncho build.
Hey, that's fine. That's great. That's clean water and wasn't someone's drinking water. Which, actually I do that a lot. See, I don't have, running water is in the front of the building, 'cause I'm way in the back. So oftentimes when we have a production wrap that's shot in the studio area, I will grab the half-drank water bottles and just mark them "Do not drink," and that's what I use to clean my paintbrushes with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Now everything is gooey, and we're done for the live stream. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Let's see. Brent Freeman says the custom saber shop is a great place to start if you are interested in building sabers.
It totally is. Ultra Sabers, Custom Saber Shop, Saber Forge. Yeah, I remember Custom Saber Shop being really, really friendly and helpful with messages when I was asking questions. Out of the three of them, Ultra Sabers, of course, are really nice. When I saw them with Wizard World, but they were, had a public face on.
Yeah, they were doing their job.
They were doing their job, and it sounds like I'm complaining about them. I'm really not trying to, but yeah.
Holy Schutzman says, Odin, I have an idea. A mashup of Rocket's gun and the Portal gun from Portal.
Oh, okay.
You should build it.
Yeah, you should build it. Send me a picture.
Jordan the Scrub says, man, the armor's looking great. I'm glad.
Thank you.
It's starting to look like what it's supposed to.
So compared to Plastidip, what do you think of... Did you use Plastidip, even if it wasn't necessarily on EVA foam?
Yeah. No.
What do you think about the two? This is obviously non-toxic, cleans up with water. It's a bit easier to use, like in an apartment, but
Spray painting's easier.
by far.
And I've done it enough that I'm not as bad as I used to be, getting spots too close or too far, and
Right.
like that. That I probably still like Plastidip, but I definitely don't hate this. This is good. It's a good glue. And as it dries, you can really see that those lines are disappearing. They're getting like set in, and it scares me because as it's drying and the valleys are drying before the mountains of...
Yep, the thicknesses, even though there's not a whole lot of thickness.
It is giving me a little anxiety seeing it dry and patchiness. But
For
once
sure.
it's dry,
I'm,
it looks like... Oops, I'm now going to have my fingerprint fully on that.
Yeah, I'm trying not to touch it. I'm getting to a point where I can't hold on to this anymore.
Yeah.
So-
If you could fix my smudge fingerprint with your paintbrush right there. Just because that one is a...
Oh, that one, yeah.
You see it? That was me. Right there.
Of course, I got it on the face.
Yeah. Oh, and see, it just... Yeah. I do like that this is non-toxic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't smell like other glues.
No.
It is definitely a little anxiety-inducing when you're seeing it dry and the peaks aren't dry yet, but the valleys are.
Right.
And it looks like it, but it is definitely covered.
Oh, man, I'm going to drop this.
I'm going to put this over here so it's not in your drop zone.
That's probably wise. I don't want to drop it at all.
But at least it's on a piece of paper. Dave's of Art Airbrush Artist says, hello and good evening. Oh,
Hello and good evening, Days of Art and Airbrush Artist.
yes. Brandon Carrion wants to know, do you play any video games on any console?
Yes. I'm almost 100% complete, total 100% on Breath of the Wild on the Switch. And I've been playing Among Us with the people on Discord on Fridays. So same thing, you want in early on the shows, you want to get in and play Among Us, you want to do video watch parties, and definitely check out Odin Makes on Patreon. Consoles, currently, that's about it. Other than that, I still play a lot of Civilization 5 on Steam, because I've got I'm used to 5. Even though I believe 6 is a better game, everything I've been told it is a better version. I'm still really totally happy with 5, and I played the cheat version where everyone else is barbarians and huts, and I'm flying around in attack helicopters.
Oh, there you go.
It's one of those games where you get to build stuff, and if I can just police all the idiots trying to knock my stuff down, then I enjoy the game more. So.
Okay. Matthew Barto wants to know, sometime do you have to worry about cracking the paint when bending?
Yes.
Isn't this part of the reason we're using this Roscoe?
And this is part of the reason why we're using the Roscoe, is that this is a flexible base. You totally have to worry about bending the paint and cracking it. And regular spray paint, which is by far the easiest to apply, will absolutely crack. I've got a number of stuff that's cracked. I did a lot of spray paint early on in the channel because I didn't think about it. I just need to get the video done, so I'm going to spray paint it. Done. Now on to the next thing. Actually, Steve from SKS Props at DragonCon said, "You keep using spray paint. How do you get around it cracking?" And then I really thought about that. Oh, yeah, that's not very nice to the people watching, that I'm doing this in a way that's easy for me, but it's going to fail for them.
Yeah, but trial and error.
Yeah.
Those props weren't going out and getting cracked.
Nope, they weren't. So generally, I try to use paints that have flex to them. Acrylic paints, house paint, the Plat FX paints, and the the Flexi paints. They all have. They're all able to handle the motion and.
He was
stuff
just
of it.
asking again, what paints do you use for foam? You
Oh,
were just
okay.
answering that.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever I grab off the shelf.
Yeah. Well, we were considering using latex house paint. And
Yeah.
the benefits of latex is it's naturally stretchy.
Naturally stretchy. It's also water cleanup. Yeah.
And it has a lot of titanium oxide in it, so it's very
Yep.
good at coverage because you want to cover mildew, mold stains, and all those other lovely things on walls. So,
Right. With kills anyway. Yeah.
yeah, well, still good base coats.
Yeah, big base coats.
Yeah.
But we're kind of putting a base coat on now. I would just use the little cans. It's actually acrylic, not just house paint, but still.
You go for straight up acrylic.
Yeah, it's an acrylic based house paint, so it still kind of has a lot of the same properties, but
Not in a latex based.
yeah. Which latex we could do is just that's a really thick paint. I'd hate to
Gunk it up.
gunk it up
There you go.
because that's coming from models and miniatures. The thickness of the paint is definitely an issue.
And somebody was asking if you did models or miniatures, but I hadn't gotten to that yet.
Oh.
So yes.
Yes, I did a lot of 40K miniatures. I built a lot of plastic models,
Yeah.
doing all spaceships and cars and whatever I could get a hold of because the options weren't as great when I was growing up as they are now. But no, totally. And I've done a lot of garage kits, not too many. When the explosion so a garage kit is a low run custom made kit that's usually resin cast or it could be slush cast in vinyl. They usually have a very high price point. In the 90s, they would still run $300, and that was just way outside of my ability. My rent was $400, right? So I couldn't spend my rent on. That's how much rent's gone up. I couldn't spend my rent on a model kit, but I built a few for some other people that did.
Market's definitely changed on that too.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
I guess that was more 80s. That
Yeah.
my rent was $400.
Stephen Dyke wants to know, Odin, do you have any more stories from when you worked at the comic book shop? Any famous customers, etc.?
So I used to build garage kits for people at the comic shop because.
They loved the kit but didn't want to build it.
Right, because
Can
nobody
you
wanted
make
to
it
build
pretty
it.
for me? I just want that, but I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
What are you looking for?
A way to not hold on to this. So I'm going to take this and can I have one of the bent coat hangers that are over there?
It's like you've done this before.
Maybe once or twice.
Which one do you want?
Doesn't really matter as long as it's got a hook on both ends.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good enough. So I hook this. So this is just a wire coat hanger from the dry cleaners. I never have any clothes that needs to be dry cleaned, but for some reason I've got a ton of wire hangers. I'll feed that through the clothespin. It's gonna hold, right? It's not gonna let go and drop, because that would suck. This floor's dirty.
Oh yeah, it'd be flocked.
It would totally be flocked. What the flock?
And someone's here.
No, they hear the.
Well, not here, but there's someone here. They're letting us know.
I thought they were barking because I was making the noise with.
No, I think it's the beeping.
Okay. As soon as the wire hanger touched the metal up there and made noises, they started barking. So I assumed that was what it was.
No, they heard something over there, and then
Okay.
Yep, they're making sure that we're safe from all the scary noises.
Oh, good. I would totally contaminate my good stuff with what was in the cup, because
Why waste it?
$50 a gallon, why waste it?
Yeah, that's just expensive.
Mm-hmm. But as far as projects go, that would have been not quite a can of Plastidip to do the whole thing. The Plastidip $6 a can, and we used hardly anything off the top of this.
We used about a quarter cup.
Yeah, so I imagine, cost-wise of materials, this is cheaper. But up front, this is a lot more.
It's a big investment. It hurts to get started.
Right.
Yes. You're committing to
You
making
are
a
committing.
bunch of projects, or are you? Because this is the first one and you've had it for a year.
Right.
London says, thanks guys, now all my dogs are running around and barking.
You're welcome. Hey, you want me to get a hammer and start beating on some stuff again?
Toby does like to watch the live streams and just sit there and listen, and he gets excited when he hears barking, so.
You told me that before. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, the dogs
Also that
love
you-
watching.
That you turned it on to calm them down.
Well, yeah, because you know how they put TV on for dogs, and I was trying to figure out, my dogs don't pay attention to the TV. They don't care. Even if I put a squirrel or, something, and
Right.
other dogs bark. No.
No.
They're like, stop looking at that, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
But Toby really likes to watch the live streams.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I've gotten video from other viewers that have sent it in with their cat watching my show.
Yeah.
Odin Makes, ranking high in the pet market.
Yes. Yop says, I always wanted to get into 3D printing,
Okay.
but I didn't think it would be I think it would be very time consuming to learn and maintain a printer itself. But I'd love to print so many props. I feel you. Like, I would love to get into 3D printing, but it's intimidating as heck. And the first thing I ever printed, I plugged the goober in, okay?
Yes, and she hit the go button. It is. There's a big learning curve, and machines can be finicky over how well they want or don't want to work. So there's certainly some maintenance. I wanted to believe that 3D printing was going to be like paper printing, where you hit the button and it spits out what you want. Yeah, no. No. It is temperature sensitive, vibration sensitive, dust sensitive.
It's a computer-controlled glue gun, so...
Yeah, it's a computer-controlled glue gun. You need to make sure your bed is going to be level, because it's going to keep squirting. It has no idea if it's working or not. It's just doing its thing.
Or the resin version.
Or the resin version, yeah. But it's fun. And if it's something you actually want to do, then don't get too intimidated by it. There's a bit of a learning curve. Nicole, the moderator, is probably happy to answer some questions. She's really good at 3D printing and creating raw files for doing it.
And I see her in the Discord chat helping people out all the time.
All the time.
So.
And there's lots of great channels for 3D printing. You've got Frankly Built and Uncle Jesse and the 3D Printing Nerd, all of which are happy to share their knowledge with 3D printing. So.
But I understand completely, because it's kept me a while. When I come to it, it's like, yes, I could 3D print this, but I always seem to find another way other than,
Yeah.
So I feel you. Oh, look at this.
Dragonball Based Build does a lot of 3D printing as well. And they specifically are doing resin. So what's happening in the super chat?
It's from Dems, D-E-M-S, says, thank you for all the inspiration.
Oh,
You did
awesome.
€50, so wow.
Wow. Thank you, Dems.
Thank you for all your inspiration.
Thank you for all of your inspiration. Thank you for helping pay for the Flexbond. That's amazing.
Aw, Jack of all trades says, aw, thanks Odin. And Felicia. And Mr. Frankly Built is great too.
Yes, totally. That's why I try to include Frankly Built. Frankly.
Brent Freeman says 3D printing is easy to get into these days, but does take some effort to learn. The
Yeah.
Ender 3 is a great machine to start with.
Yep.
Okay, that's some good advice. And then you also had that 3D printer washing machine that looked like, oh my gosh, if I was really going to invest, that would be worth it.
That is totally worth it to me.
Okay.
The Washing Cure Plus is what I have. It's the new Anycubic Washing Cure Plus. Yeah, no, totally. When you're doing the resin printing, it is overkill if you don't have a large size printer. And for some of the smaller things, you can get smaller washing cure machines. But the evolution of the different versions between version 1, version 2, and now the Plus has got most of the issues nailed, ironed out. It is the easiest to use. This is from Joel talking to me directly from the 3D printing nerd, saying, "Yeah, the new one makes it fun." That was what he said to me, and that was totally my agreement. That there's things that's just so much easier with the way it works. Anyway,
So now we're just waiting for paint to dry because there's nothing we can do on the Saiyan armor.
just saying.
Just saying.
What's going on with boots? Or is that going to be exclusively a Patreon build?
No, I just didn't want to.
Bring it out and have me get goop on your boots?
No, just so Patreon live stream only. We started patterning out the rest of the accessories. So
Yeah.
we got some gloves from Harbor Freight that are the right shade and had no extra fabric detailing.
Right.
Just simple white gloves. And we're going to add a cuff to that to
Right.
make it a little more Vegeta-esque.
Exactly. Now, if we do a straight cuff like this, it's just going to be a tube. But I know of a website that can create the arc pattern you want for. Basically, if you ever torn apart a paper drinking cup and laid it out flat, you get kind of an arc because it's called a truncated cone. I know of a couple of websites that'll develop that pattern for you, and that's kind of what I want to do for this, so we can get
See,
the
that's
flare.
why I put you in charge of that, because you know what I would have done? Measured the circumference and
Uh-huh.
then figured out what it would have been, and then just like, I want to increase it by about a half an inch, centimeter on either side. Yes, centimeter, I said that instead of a half an inch.
Sure, they're
Going
pretty close.
up, and I would just kind of go from there because this isn't going to be curved and that's not going to be curved, and
Right.
it would be done. But
Yeah.
I like that the truncated cone pattern would be perfect and lay
Right.
exactly the way we want it to.
Exactly. So the difference between what she's talking about, which I've done, where you've got two parallel lines and the top is wider than the bottom, so you've got kind of the shape flat. When you bring it around, you just get the Batman dart on the bottom of the glove, and it's still flat and round on the top. And there's other gloves that do it. It's not just Batman, but hopefully you know what I mean. It makes this little shape down here, but up here it's all flat against your arm. If we do the truncated cone, which is going to be complete arcs, it's complicated as all get out, but it's easy with the computer. You'll actually end up with a funnel where it's going to be legitimately wider at this end, all the way around, and taper down to the wrist.
So, yes.
Yeah.
And then for the boot cover pattern, we're just going to do a boot cover. We're not going to do an actual boot.
Right.
Because why? Don't need to. Could do this at a phone. Easy
Yep.
peasy. We talked about doing the front seam right here so that we can kind of have a little bit of a sharp, what would you call it? Pleat? Not pleat. Just
It's a press seam.
a press seam. We'd have a sharp look, and then we wouldn't on the back. So I'm going to make this a one-piece pattern piece and probably slit it here and then butterfly it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on.
I would expect you're going to have to do something to separate the boot. But,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we're getting there. But
Okay. That was your
I'm
plan to start.
starting with this seam because I don't think I want it. Originally, when I was imagining this, I put the seam on the back, but after looking at it, I think this seam would be nicer.
Okay. You still can if you want to put some in the back.
Yeah, I can. Doesn't mean I have to.
No.
So we'll see.
Train! It's kind of a noisy one, too. Jelly Melon says, Odin and Felicia, you guys are great, and I want to be here, but I got to go.
Bye.
Bye, Jelly Melon. Hopefully you're still here to hear us say goodbye. Yeah, London Vaughan, London. London, yeah. Lundin. Anyway, 3D printing is awesome, and once you have printed something that you can hold in your hand, you'll love it. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be hooked because you're like, I did this once, it worked, I could just push it
I just push it again.
and do it again.
Now, the thing that I've run across, okay, you want a negative attitude towards 3D printing? I'll get a machine, and if you're familiar with mathematics at all, there's a thing called the Fibonacci sequence, where you have you take a number and you add it to itself, and you get the second number, and then you take the last two numbers, add them together, and you get the third one. And so you get a bunch in a row. It's not quite prime numbers; they become more often than prime numbers, but you get this pattern that keeps growing, and you actually get the golden ratio, and it's just anyway. The number of success versus failure prints is like Fibonacci numbers. It's like, I get a good one, I get a good one, I have a fail, I get a good one, I get a good one, I have a fail and a fail and a fail and a good one and a fail, good one, fail. And yeah, that's the way it feels.
As long as you're growing towards success, though.
As long as you're growing towards success and not growing towards throwing your 3D printer off the roof.
You've done that, haven't you?
I have. And Jack of all trades says, hashtag Odin hates 3D printing, LOL. Yeah, kind of. I actually really like 3D printing, and I'm really, really in love with the fantasy of 3D printing. I just get disappointed with the reality of my 3D printing. H7 Opolo says, what's with the train?
We are by a train who often interrupts our live streams, so why deny it? Let's just embrace it.
Yeah, for months now we've been doing live streams, and when I do my typical show, I just wait for the train to pass and then continue with recording my voiceover or recording whatever stand-up bit I wanted to do. Can't do that with a live stream. So the train would come by and people would hear it and people would call it out because they could hear it on the microphone. So yeah, I started pointing a camera out the side of the building and there's the train. Why not cut to it? It's a thing. It became a thing so big that William Shakespeare, over on William Shakespeare Props, has made jokes about going and pulling up railroad spikes to use as paperweights for holding his materials down, you know, because he's helping to destroy infrastructure to help me out. Thanks, Jake. H7 Apollo says, oh, cool story. Thanks for answering, Odin. You bet. Yup says, if I buy a 3D printer, my girlfriend would throw me out of the window before I could get mad at the printer. Yeah, definitely don't get into a hobby, because let's admit that's kind of what 3D printing is, unless it's something you can really have the space to do it, because it is way more than just the footprint of the printer. You've got all the additional things that go along with it. You've got all the filament, you've got all the little tools, you've got, you know, you're going to start collecting stuff to go on the computer, which at least is virtual space. But then you start printing stuff, and you want to set it up, and maybe paint it. Now you've got paints you got in a box. You know, there's a bunch of physical extra stuff that goes along with it. You want to do resin printing, not only do you have to store the resin somewhere that light isn't going to hit it, really, you're going to have all the cleaning stuff that goes along with it, because you 3D print your resin print, but it's coming out of a pool of liquid resin, so you're going to wash that resin off. It's easy to do with isopropyl alcohol, but you gotta buy that stuff and have it on hand.
Sounds like experience. Just saying.
And Cliff is saying apparently the train is also great for a drinking game.
Yes. Keep
All right.
you very entertained. How's your morning going?
And James is out here. Bye, Rebel Base Builds. It's probably gone already.
Well, hi and bye.
It's late. You know, it's midnight? Right? No, it's only 10. James is in London. We're really close.
I thought he was in Australia last week.
No, Rebel Base Builds is in London.
Yeah.
Who was in Australia? I forgot now.
No, I know, but I
One
felt
of
so
the
bad that I
patrons
got
is.
all mixed up.
Oh, okay.
You know? Pretend I know geography.
Neil Leffler is, what's the best way to enhance foam builds with 3D printing? That is totally a creative question.
Right?
What we did was we 3D printed some super fine details and greebles that we added to the foam build. And James actually does that a lot in the Rebel Base build. And I think
get a cat and name it Greebles.
there you go. And I think Bill Duran does it a lot as well on Punished Props. So what's the best way? The best way is the creative way that you can come up with it, because I don't think that's really... You know, I've seen full-on printed Goblin Slayer armor that the guy modeled himself, and that was his cosplay. That was great. So I don't think that that's something that's like, you know, bad, wrong, whatever. What's the best way? The best way is a creative way that you can do it that'll actually enhance what you're doing, and you're able to get it done.
The way that works.
The way that works. Cliff says it's 2140 where I am in Portugal.
Well, that's all.
Trash Panda is the token Australian. That's it. It's
There
Trash
we
Panda.
go.
There we go. Hey, Trash Panda. Sorry, I couldn't quite remember.
I love that this is live in front of a global audience.
Yeah, definitely.
Keeps perspective in mind, that's for sure.
Are there trash pandas in Australia, or is that you? Because to me, a trash panda is a raccoon.
Those are very native to America.
And those are very
in
North
my-
American, yeah. To my knowledge, not that we didn't infect the rest of the world with them, but I'm just kind of curious. Or is it like a Rocket Raccoon reference?
So, I know I traced the whole thing, but I'm folding it in half and just going to cut out one side, whichever side is the prettier side, so that
Okay.
they're even. So no, it's not going, like it's going to be off on the other side, but they will both be even.
Wow, I'm now looking over the Discord a little bit. Since I was over here talking a whole lot, I haven't been paying attention to the computer. That's kind of normal. Someone's got to get back to work. Vadix. Hey, Terry Red Prox loves the idea of going on location indoor. Can he come too? Yes.
Meet you there?
Yeah, meet you there. Just make sure that whatever code you bring, it checks out. It's okay if it's an old one.
Oh, I totally cut. Me trying to be all even, I totally cut it off already.
Cut it off already. Nicole says, I want in as long as I can shoot some scout troopers. Jerry Riggs says, let's all go. We'll need to get a poncho. I'll buy one from you, Odin Makes. Yeah, we'll have Felicia make them. She'll just whip out a bunch. She won't go to work this week. Instead, make ponchos.
Yeah, those ladies don't need their bridal gowns.
Nah. It's just a wedding. Come on, this is a shoot on indoor.
Right? Priorities.
They'll understand. Nicole says that she'll grab her DL44. And then challenge prop reaction for the Zamunda Royal Necklace, which, what do I think of this challenge prop reaction? So, Vadix17 keeps propping up these challenge prop reactions. I think they're just trying to find what kind of looks like bad props and wants me to react to them, I think. Maybe. This is one of those things that kind of started that I wasn't really aware of what's going on. Because I've often talked about how bad the heat-seeking missile is from the Vin Diesel movie Triple X. It's bad. Go Google it. It's a camcorder glued to a poster tube and spray-painted seafoam green. And really, that's it. So he's got the Royal Zamunda necklace, which kind of looks like giant D&D dice hung around the neck. You know, that movie's supposed to be funny, so that prop's fine. That doesn't bug me at all. I mean, they kind of took the Zamunda stuff fairly seriously. You know, they weren't trying to make it, you know, Ace Ventura funny, but it is a comedy, and so well, whatever. That prop doesn't bother me at all.
All right, I think that's going to totally work. And then after we get the toe on, we can add the stripes over the top.
Okay, cool.
But this out of foam
So the phone will totally work.
will make a shoe cover.
Sweet. So it's going to be 2mm the thin foam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Two of them, because we have 2 feet. Well, this guy doesn't.
Well, no, he doesn't, but yeah.
I'm going to need your left foot, or right foot.
That's left. No, it is right, isn't
It's
it?
the right foot, yeah.
It's the right foot. Oh, well.
It's the right one for us.
It is definitely the right foot for me because it's the only one I've got.
Yes.
Other than the two I'm standing on.
Yes. Where's the foam? Is it?
I did not bring it out. It is really, really thin one, so I don't know if it's
It's not
easy to get to.
Should you be looking?
It might be faster, but that's up to you.
All right, then I'll let you look, because I'm lost. I'm already lost. Hi, Bruno. Are you helping me look?
Brian Zappa says, hey, Odin, could you build something for the Jack of all trades or paint one of their prints? And I totally have.
Toby! He bumped the camera. So That earthquake brought to you by Toby Gomez.
We have dogs in the shop, and they bump tripods. So don't panic if like the cameras shake. Yes, we're in California. No, it's not an earthquake. Yes, I did feel one a couple weeks ago. No, we're not having one right now. This is a prop that I really should have sent to Nicole a very long time ago. So this is something that she actually fully modeled that we then printed, and actually Joe painted it. So I've done that, as well as the Phoenix gem that goes on top of the staff from Onward. That was, I think, the first thing that Nicole modeled for us, and 3D printed that as well. So I've got a lot of stuff I need to send out, and I haven't sent out.
Yeah, but you're always building every week, and you're always on con crunch. So
Yeah, pretty much.
we gotta, limit our expectations. Time. There's only so much of it. Janice User wants to know at Odin Makes, where in the world did you get an artificial leg?
Oh, okay.
And Maker JP says, remember the prosthetic leg I made? So, yeah, this leg has a history.
Okay.
It has a story. We have to thank Pat for it.
Thanks for.
But yeah. Marshall Turnip 8 says, can we the Phoenix gem?
I
Is
will
that-
grab it.
What?
I will grab the Phoenix gem.
You have it?
Yeah, it's right here.
You have your wish is granted. So
Here's a special delivery of 2mm foam from SKS Props.
sweet. I'm gonna cut out some stuff.
And it goes all the way to the floor, but here's my staff from the movie Onward, which has the Phoenix gem in the top. And, come on. There it is. It's got one of those bouncy balls in it. Actually, yeah, this is a year old, because the ball in here was an Easter toy. It had a print of Easter Bunny's face on it that I took off with acetone, and then cast inside of the. Oh, wait a minute! That's right. This is what I cast. Ha! This is not the 3D printed one. I'm sorry. Oh, do I have one?
You
of the 3D
cast
printed
the
one?
3D printed one, so it was 3D printed first.
No, I didn't. I ended up sculpting one out of clay and
Oh.
made a silicone mold and cast it. This is not the one that Nicole sent.
I lied.
I grabbed the right prop, but totally grabbed the wrong Phoenix gem.
Oh, there you go. Jack of all trades says, that's not my gem,
Yep.
though Joe has my gem.
Yeah. If you want to go check,
Oh, dang it. It's too wide to go this way. No toes.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to check out Next Grade Gunpla on Instagram, because I'm going to totally plug more Instagram on my show. Joe is holding he has made another Onward staff for someone else as a commission build, and that has the Phoenix gem on it. I think I still got one here. We printed more than one. So you are now on camera 2. They're watching you work with foam.
Okay. And there's no grain to this, so I don't have to worry about how I put this pattern on, which is nice. Oh wow, this poor guy is losing more and more chunks of his foot. Foot chunks. So.
Where did I put it? I think I still got one here.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found it. Where did it go?
I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have traced this with Sharpie.
Oh, no. Not when you just make sure the Sharpie goes on the inside of the boot when you glue it together.
There you go. That makes more sense. I'm like, I should have done this with pencil, but I had a Sharpie in my hand and I just went for it
Yeah.
and thought of it as soon as I was done.
Yep. No,
So-
that's definitely something you should have done. Is
Good thing we're live.
Yeah, no one saw you do it, so it's okay.
Yeah, so there's that. We have Field Walker Mass says, hello from Scotland. Well, hello in Scotland.
I don't think this is it.
Yeah. You okay there?
Yep.
All
I
right.
think this is other 3D print stuff, not the gem. Yeah, no, this is other stuff. That is 3D print.
That gem may not happen. Sorry, people.
No, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pull the gem out. I didn't spend too much time looking. If you can hear me at all, they might not be able to hear me.
We only have like 5 minutes left of the stream anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Enough to cut out some boot covers.
oh, gotcha. All right, there's only 5 minutes left to the stream. Okay.
It's
Fuck the gem.
1:55 now.
Oh, you didn't print one? No, I printed like 3, because one of them failed, and then we printed one that I think we printed one that had bad coloration. We printed one that had the right coloration, or we printed one and painted a little too dark. No, there's a number of gems floating around.
Just none we can find.
Just not ones I can find. Ow!
Don't kill yourself.
No, I just put my bare leg up against your freaking heater in July.
Oh,
Yeah, it's hot.
yeah. You found it.
Found it. So this is the one that got printed. I put it next to the Batarang, so I wouldn't lose it. Yeah.
There you go.
So this is one that Nicole actually modeled and that we 3D printed. It should still be on camera too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I actually put some cracks in it intentionally. So this is an artistic crack, and here's another artistic crack. But yeah, and it's got the little round base because this fits into the PVC pipe. That is the top of the staff, and then it was done in such a way that we could put a light underneath it,
Oh, there you go.
and it lights up. So, because there's a flashlight in the base of the staff to make that happen.
Dragonball Trade says, hey, Odin, it's in a box. My gem.
No, it's not in a box anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Let me get this side.
We had another super chat. Did you say this? Lock Desad 6 did a super chat saying, back from another live stream. It would be awesome if you made a Taskmaster face mask. Keep doing what you do. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you, Lock. Back and forth. Hello from South Africa. Hello to South Africa. Ender Boy. Is that Ender as in Enderman from Minecraft, or Ender as in the 3D printer? Or am I thinking wrong? Maybe that isn't the printer. Make It to Create It says, I'm very bad at technology, so I have lots of problems with my 3D printer. Yeah, kinda. I think I just expect it to work with a lot less interaction than I'm willing to give it, I guess. What am I trying to say? Yeah. Maker JP says, nice gem. Yeah. Everyone's just, oh. Triz Exic Ellie. Trey Exits. Anyway, hello from Argentina.
Hello in Argentina.
Hello, Argentina. I hear a train whistle.
Is that another train?
It probably is. Hey, David Ocean AK. Odin, how about making the armor cost play? Yeah, this is definitely cosplay. Do you think this is cosplaying? It's just full of, I know it's a typo, and I'm not trying to make fun of it, but just the idea of calling it cosplay is, yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
It does. Making armor cosplay from the Rune Gods Mashin of Ray Earth for the Magic Knight Ray Earth manga or anime show. I'd have to look it up. So the one that I saw recently that's like, this is interesting, that the animation isn't even out yet at all. Someone's been requesting Chainsaw Man in the normal video. So I went and looked it up, and well, that looks interesting. Oh, it is Enderman from Minecraft. But I'm not Enderman because I'm Ender Boy because I'm a kid. All right. Hello, Ender Boy. I'm so glad you showed up at the end of the live stream to bring to the end of the live. No.
All right, well, I'll trace this one in pencil
Oh,
now that
okay.
I know.
So over on Discord, because we talked about a while ago, we talked about the necklace from Coming to America, And Vadex is explaining, no, it wasn't just my reaction. He's curious to everyone's reaction because he thinks it can be very telling as to. Oh, whoops. Train's here, but I'm not set up for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, camera, switch over. Wow, there it is. Oh, double train!
Double-decker train?
No, one's going north, one's going south.
Oh, there you go.
Double train. Ender Boy says it's 10 p.m. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the thing.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Vrisat Circuit says Chainsaw Man would be awesome. So I went to the Viz site and I read their free preview for the first 20 pages of some of the manga, and yeah, that looks interesting. That's interesting. Make it to create it. Are you making a sword from Game of Thrones? I don't have any plans on making anything for Game of Thrones at this point.
You made
I made a coffee cup.
You made the Iron Throne for Smosh.
I made the iron. Well, we made everything for Smosh. I made Castle Black as well.
Yeah.
For Smosh. So yeah.
So, but no, not anymore.
Not anymore. I don't have any plans to do anything else Game of Thrones right now. When the prequels come out, maybe.
If there's something interesting.
If they're not a steaming pile of, like season 8 was.
That was.
Man,
yeah.
that was so disappointing.
So glad I never got into it because.
Oh man, it crashed so hard. I don't know of anything that crashed as hard as that. All right. Good night, Ender Boy. It is 2 o'clock here in California. We're going to finish cutting out this boot, and then we will start our
Long goodbye.
long goodbye. But we have been streaming for almost 3 hours for Felicia and I because there is a considerable amount of pre-show that happens specifically for the Odin Makes Patreon group and the exclusive Discord that comes along with it. If you're at all interested in being part of that exclusive community, which not only gets an hour of direct interaction, but we do video games on Fridays. There's build chats on Wednesdays and Fridays. That one kind of moves around. I'm actually active on the Discord showing my work in progress and just talking smack with everyone else. Then definitely check out odinmakes.com, patreon.com/odinmakes, and that'll get you in for all the exclusive stuff that happens on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pencil was so much better than the Sharpie. Don't use Sharpies.
Yeah, no. One of the cool things with HD foam is it is this light gray color and you can just use pencil on it.
And it works great, and I should have done it in the first place. I just had a Sharpie in my hand and went for it.
Done it. Been there.
So
Many times.
I will get this cut out. I'm not going to get it glued together today because I want to add.
Brian Zappa says, a pile of snowboards? I'm still a double train. Oh, now it's a double-decker train. It's the storage things stored on top of each other.
Yeah.
Wow. Train.
We are live.
We are live. This is Train Live. So right over here, you see this one going by right over here? Yeah, that's the stuff you need next week. It's not at the store yet.
Yeah.
Which I think the train's gone. Oh, no, it's still there. Good. I was pointing at something.
Toby and Bruno are letting me know that it is time to go.
Yes.
It's only 3 minutes since.
Yeah, but they know.
But they know. They know more than I do.
So, Nicholas, I would love to play Crazy Train, but there's this whole weird, demonetization, copyright thing that YouTube tries to play nice with, so I'm not going to play a well-known song. But yeah, totally. We're going off the rails on a Crazy Train, that's for sure. Pile of snowboards! What is the best paints to paint an aluminum Star-Lord helmet? Aluminum. So you're actually painting aluminum? You have a helmet that's made from aluminum, or do you want to paint whatever you made it out of so it looks like aluminum? If it's actually aluminum, then use enamels and lacquers and use car paint. Use, something that's going to have some, and don't forget to prime it. You're going to have some grip to it and some durability. If you want to take some foam and make it look like aluminum, what I've been doing mostly with Mechagodzilla, I've been really happy with because it's not cracking, is I've been thinning acrylic silver paint with, I've been using window cleaner, but sorry, I can't see the monitors. With window cleaner, because the window cleaner reduces streaking and it works kind of like alcohol a little bit to help dry faster. So you thin that almost 50-50 and then run it through an airbrush or through a touch-up gun and spray it on. I've been using my a touch-up gun. You get a spray gun which holds like a quart. A touch-up gun holds like maybe a pint, and it's a beefy airbrush. And it's not nearly as finicky and delicate as an airbrush, so I'm able to handle it. But that's been working really well for me to get it to look aluminum, and then I will weather it with shoe polish or come back with the airbrush and do some shadows on it. And I've been really happy with how that looks, and it hasn't cracked. A lot of my other stuff is spray paint, so it's a Star-Lord helmet. It's not going to flex or move that much. You can just use silver spray paint, and again, if you use shoe polish, believe it or not, shoe polish takes silver spray paint from looking like silver spray paint in a Halloween toy to looking like something that's metal.
Yeah.
It's weird that one step will do it. There's lots of other really good painting techniques. A friend of mine over on another channel called Try to Finish Something just did a really good weathering on a broken Stormtrooper helmet, that, like from the beginning of The Mandalorian, where it's a helmet on a pike. And he did it using oil paints and powdered acrylic paints and acrylic, and he tried shoe polish, and he, on air, just, I hate it! It was great. But spray paint, he was actually just, it's called decanting. You take spray paint and spray a little bit onto a paper plate or a cup, and then paint it with a paintbrush.
That's
it
what
ruins.
that's called?
Yeah, it's called
Okay.
decanting, because you're taking it out of the can.
Makes a lot of sense. I do that all the time. Didn't know how to turn.
Yeah.
The more you know.
That, of course, ruins the paintbrush, but whatever.
Who cares? You throw those away. They're cheap. You buy them by the bulk at the dollar store.
Yep.
You do not invest nice paintbrushes on set because they will be used by PAs and destroyed.
Yes. And so...
Don't bring your scissors either.
no,
Just
don't
get
bring
the
your
dollar
scissors
store
either.
ones, Yeah.
So,
Sorry,
no,
totally
you're
derailed
fine.
you.
It was just so yeah. How's that? Does that answer your question, or does that make too many more questions? Let's take a look over here.
Yeah. Well,
Please make Slipknot masks. You made a Star-Lord mask out of aluminum sheet metal. That's impressive. That's awesome.
right?
Yeah. Go to a car body place or go to auto shop store. Just go to the place that sells auto parts, where you would, and
They have the best spray paint sections. It's sparkly. It's amazing.
it's made to be outside in the sun, in the heat, and it's made to stick to metal. So yeah, in fact, my Star-Lord helmet is pretty much painted with auto paints, even though it's foam, because I was able to get a gunmetal and I was able to get the red ruby stuff, and it totally worked for me. So yeah, it cost a little bit more. But the duplicate color auto body paints, yeah.
If you're that invested in it, get
Yeah.
the nice paint. It's
That's
worth it,
Probably what they're asking too.
right?
It sounds like a duct tape. Have you heard of pop rivets? So,
I was thinking that metal tape, that aluminum tape that
Yeah.
they use for plumbing,
okay, if it's actually that tape, that would make total
right?
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would use, but I
Right.
love using that stuff for fake metal all the time because
Yeah.
it's real metal and it gives you a metal veneer. So
Totally. Adam Savage used it on one of his Excalibur builds. He made like a wooden sword and put that tape on it, and it looked great.
Oh, I've used it for window cup.
Yeah.
I use it for fake metal all the time. I've done it outside of a train
Okay.
to make it look like siding.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, no, I love that stuff, but I'd use that over duct tape to keep it together.
Yeah, it sticks way better long term.
And it has a metal look to it. So,
Because it's aluminum.
there you go. So we have boot covers that we can put together next week,
Awesome.
but they will fit.
They will fit
They will
around
give us
Joe's
the right
foot.
shape. They will point. We can put it in there, and then we can even go back in and give it that little crinkle.
That's good.
So
I like
think
that.
we have the start of a good boot cover.
Cool. So yeah, we could just force the crinkle down, then like maybe glue something at the inside so it holds the crinkle.
Exactly.
Like it.
It's foam. We get to do that.
We get to do that.
And it'll hold and stay, and we can just glue it in place, and there's no seam. Yeah.
Right, and it'll stay up. Unlike fabric boot covers, they won't fall down.
Yes. And I plan on
Shouldn't anyway.
only putting one piece of elastic right through the arch of the foot.
That's, yeah,
Because,
whatever.
yeah, but we're getting there. We have the patterns cut out. We have the gloves.
We have the gloves.
We'll get a little truncated cone pattern for the thing. And then we can paint that as well as along with the Vegeta armor. So it's like the same whites and same everything.
Same everything.
Is the boot design online? Not yet, because
Not
I
yet.
literally just patterned it.
Just patterned it live right now, right in front of everyone who is watching.
You want to see how I did it? Watch the first hour.
Right.
But yeah. So no, I do not have a boot pattern online yet. But screenshot it.
There you go. It's a big top hat.
Yes. And that ended up being this. What's interesting is that it kind of swoops up for the heel. So there is like a shape in here.
Oh, it's not a total flat line?
No, it's not a total flat line. And that shape in the bottom is what allows it to drape the correct way. So if you had it straight, it would be...
It would. Yeah, it would. Okay.
So don't, like... There's more to it than just, it's a straight line. No, it's kind of comes up here where the heel is. It scoops down, and it goes up when the point is. So, anyways.
Yeah, I hear you.
Boot covers!
Boot covers!
Make these the boots with the fur.
Keith Cardin is asking, Odin, can you make the Jaws of Death Guar helmet? I have a few times. I've made them out of foam. I've made a set out of fiberglass. Ballsack was the character that I dressed up as when we did our Guar group in the mid-90s. It is on that list of possibilities to build, but I haven't spent the time doing it. It's one of those things that'd be really fun for a select number of people, but I think as far as a weekly build on Odin Makes, it wouldn't perform that well.
Trying to keep up with what you guys want.
Trying to keep up with what you guys want, trying to keep up with keeping the home bills paid. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it only took you 10 minutes, right?
Right, it took me 10 minutes, not all week.
Yes.
So, can someone make a Crimson Dynamo suit, please? Can someone make a Blue Falcon suit from Scooby-Doo, please? And, yep, it's a big top hat from Marmaduke or Babadook. Once again, Jack of all trades, Nicole is being nice to putting in become a member of Odin Makes Patreon. Join us on Discord. Join us for early access to the live streams. Join us for Among Us on Fridays. Join us for, apparently we're coming up with a watch party where we're going to watch some fan edit of the first, of the Hobbit movie, not the
For
first.
advice on materials and building.
Yep. The Discord is definitely a place you can talk to both me and Felicia and Joe. A
lot of other people who have a vast wealth of crafting knowledge.
Absolutely. Get a lot of 3D printing advice on there from Nicole. All of us are active. All of us do answer. All of us do post shit memes. And it's a lot of fun. So definitely, if you have interest in such a thing, please check out patreon.com/Odin Makes, and we'd love to see you there. But as it is time for us to say, it's been a Sunday. Auf Wiedersehen. Yes. Danke schön. Whatever all that
Adios.
sound of music quotes are. Adios. Aloha. Hasta la vista, baby. It's been Sunday, and we've actually got stuff done, and it's been lots of stuff done, and it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. So thank you very much for taking your time out of the day to hang out with us, to chat with us, to send your questions, send your comments, send your dank memes, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you all very much. We'll see you again next week. The public stream starts at noon Pacific time on Sundays, so please adjust for your placement on the planet.
Yep.
And there's early access as early as 11, probably 11:15 on that same day for patron members only.
Yeah, or feel free to watch it later like I do.
Yeah, or feel free to just watch it later. And if you are watching it later and you made it this far, you're awesome!
Right?
Thank you very much for putting up this entire stream.
Thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for building along. I hope you are, at least. That's what I imagine. Just a bunch of people building with us.
And if we're lucky, we'll wrangle Joe to be in here next week. And then maybe I can get Joe and Felicia to do all the work next week. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it is the painting, right?
It is the painting.
And we have boot covers.
Yeah.
And gloves.
And gloves.
You have to do the triangle.
I'll do the pattern for the gloves. Yeah. And I won't do it beforehand.
I love finding manufacturing flaws.
Right, extra bits. I think it's on both.
Is it? It is.
Because they just don't care.
Well, it looks like it's a No, that is, yep. Yeah, okay.
They just let it happen.
Yeah.
These things are cranked out in such quantity that they can only be bothered to make one size, and they're work gloves. Whatever.
Hey, fingers are hard.
Fingers are hard. I have actually made a pair of gloves from scratch.
I can appreciate the workmanship.
Yeah.
Mass production and all.
Mass production and all. Yeah.
I definitely watch those, how it's made. But
Right.
that's how it's made this week. We're
That's
done,
how-
though.
We're done, though. And so we can safely say, I'm Odin,
And I'm Felicia.
and this is how we live stream.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
I was like ready, like, do I have to
Ready?
say
Okay.
that's how we make
And this,
is how we make stuff.
yes,
No.
with authority.
Yeah.
That's all
Hi,
good.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you
Yes,
very
I
much
am
for joining
awkward,
us.
but I appreciate you.
Go, Joe. So, end stream. Thank you guys very, very much.